Hello and welcome to a beautiful Saturday night here on the west side, Glendale, Arizona, at Independence High School for some junior college football between the Papago Pumas and the Sonoran Sidewinders. I am Matthew McCord, joined by my co-host Ethan Troll, and Ethan should have a good one on tap tonight.
Honestly, yeah, these two squads in the Sonoran Sidewinders and the Papago Pumas. Both of these teams are coming off of big wins, and the Sonoran Sidewinders played against the Scorpions not too long ago, and it was their first game since 2022. And the fact that this program hasn't played in that long and came off of a win is pretty incredible. They won 25-10 against the Salt Lake Scorpions. And then you look at the Pumas, who are 2-0, and their offense has been very explosive. They scored 55 points against Gila River and 28 points against the Scorpions. So these two teams are going to be very highly competitive tonight, and I can see this being a very, very well-balanced game throughout the entire night.
So we were talking beforehand, right? We were talking about how this offense is going to go, rushing, passing attack. You were able to call out that these are really two air raid offenses that love to pass the ball. So who are we going to expecting to see here tonight?
Honestly, you're going to see a lot of the running backs being used tonight. For the Pumas, they have a two-headed monster in running backs Jay Martin Jr., number 2, and Jeremiah Huckabee, number 5. Those two have been, honestly, very productive overall for them. So expect them to be on the ground and used in the air game as well. I mean, their wide receivers are pretty stacked too, but when it comes to scoring, they're very explosive on all units, honestly. For special teams, defense, they're able to make plays all around. And for the Sidewinders, they've got a lot of pretty good playmakers too. One of them being, or two of them actually being, both sophomores, Jalen McMillan and Jacob Dominguez, who are both pretty speedy overall, and they're pretty good at running the ball consistently too. So you're going to see two very well-balanced offenses tonight.
Hopefully, this takes place, of course, in the HJCAC conference, which consists of 5 teams. Sonoran Sidewinders, Papago Pumas, Arizona Christian Firestorm, Salt River, and the Scorpions, and the Gila River Hawks, and hopefully we'll have a good one tonight. We'll see you guys right after the anthem.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports, here with head coach of the Sonoran Sidewinders, Coach Chad Monson. Coach Monson, how are you feeling tonight?
Great. Yeah.
And who are some key players that we should look out for tonight?
Key players, Micah Johnson, number 17, defense. He plays safety for us. Just a great all-around player, kid. Number 5, Darian Zeeb on defense, doing a heck of a job for us as well.
And what are some advantages you may hold over the Pumas tonight?
I'm not sure we have any advantages, really. We've watched 2 of their games, and they've shown that they know how to win. And they're ready and hungry, and they want to come out and win this league. We do too. So I think we're prepared, and I think we will execute much better than we did in Game 1.
And what's the game plan tonight?
Just execution. Every week, that's going to be my answer. We want to execute our game plan, and we want to make sure that we keep developing these guys for their future. Nobody's last game should be here with the Sonoran Sidewinders. It's not what these guys are looking for. So we're trying to get these guys prepared for their 4-year opportunity and just develop them every week.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports. I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports, here with head coach of the Papago Pumas, William Strother. Coach Strother, what will it take to win today in the game?
Well, we just got to do our job, play as a team and make sure everything we do as a team, for the team, be disciplined, control our emotions, move on to the next play. I believe that's where we can be successful at.
And what's been the locker room talk this week between your guys, or maybe you to the guys, just to get ready for the game?
Well, it's been more fun this week. Last week we had, a really tough game against the Scorpions where we walked out, with some bumps and bruises. A couple of our key guys got injured. So this week we took it to just heal, to laugh, to just let the ease off the shoulders for the players so that they can walk into a tough matchup tonight as well, just ready to play some football.
And what's the game plan against the Sidewinders?
just doing what we always do. We have an electrified offense. We want to get the ball into the guys who can create for us, and then on defense, we want to bring pressure, make sure our front four, because our front four is a very good dominant force. We just got to make sure we tackle, stay in our alignments, do our assignments right, and then just make sure the offense just catch the ball this week. We had a lot of drops last week where we had a lot of it could have been some easy scores. So I'm looking for the offense to have a fast start. Hopefully they do, but it's going to be a great game. It's great weather, so looking forward to see what the outcome comes to be.
Thank you, Coach Strother, and good luck. I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports.
Hello and welcome back to Independence High School here in Glendale, Arizona for a big JUCO matchup between the Papago Pumas and the Sonoran Sidewinders. I am Matthew McCord with my co-host Ethan Troll. We are the Varsity Sports Show. Should be a fun one on tap tonight. Two very good and undefeated, even though they haven't played a lot of games, two undefeated JUCO teams. What are maybe some extra things we haven't talked about that you think we should look out for tonight, Ethan?
Honestly, look out for the Sidewinders defense because they exploded against the Scorpions in their first game. They had 2 defensive touchdowns. One of them being a pick six, and one of them actually ended up being an interception. Got hit, the ball carrier fumbled the ball, and it was picked up and returned, I believe, by number 5, Darian Zeeb, and he returned it for a touchdown. They also had 2 more takeaways with another fumble recovery and another interception that almost turned into a pick six by number 18, Dylan White, who was also a wide receiver. But at the end of the day, this defense is able to make turnovers and create a lot of pressure. So we'll see if they're able to make more big plays tonight.
So the teams have finally come onto the field now after the anthems. We are 10 seconds from kickoff. We just had the coin flip at midfield, and we're ready to go for some special JUCO football tonight. Other action around the valley, of course, as well. We have the Gila River Hawks tonight, who are in action. They are playing the Salt River Scorpions, if I am correct about that. And hopefully we get a few good games. Always good to come out on a Saturday night and support your local, JUCO team. Support these guys that are trying to, some of them make it back to a Division I team. We have some guys that have played out for some pretty big schools that have come back to the Valley to try to regain their footing when it comes to football. Some straight out of high school that have come out to booster their recruiting and try to send their videos out to schools around the country. So
yeah, and I want to mention too about the Sidewinders is that they have a lot of freshman players on their team, and you mentioned that a lot of high school players have come out and joined JUCO football. Even if they don't get any offers, this is another step to take for them in order to get film out there, to get these opportunities to go play at the next level. And it's always nice to see a lot of these players and some parents and other folks that have come out and support their local teams.
Okay, so it looks like it will be the Papago Pumas receiving first, as the Sonoran Sidewinders get ready for the kickoff here.
Yeah, their kicker Jamari Gutierrez is he's a very strong kicker. He's very good at getting the ball at the back of the end zone a lot. He hasn't gotten a whole lot of attention, but I'm expecting at least this kickoff here, though, for them to make a return, because these are 2 undefeated squads coming in. They want to see what the energy is going to be like on the very first play, which will be this kickoff.
All right. And we are ready to go for some JUCO football from the West Valley. And underway as the ball sails to the end zone. It will be received deep by the Pumas. This one is returned out from about the 10-yard line. Out towards the 20. He's breaking free out towards the 35-yard line. A great return here early. And that was from number 7, Cameron Fowler. A great return there to start it off.
Yeah, good return by Cameron Fowler there. He's from he graduated from St. Mary's High School in Missouri, and that's where he also grew up too. And that's a good return to start off this game, putting your offense at the 34-yard line. Not a bad start.
Okay, so the Pumas now make their way onto the field. They're led by a few special players, but at the quarterback position, it looks like we are going to get we'll have his name here in a second, but nonetheless, he is in the shotgun with running back to his left. Hands off, little counter play, out towards the right hash, out of bounds. Goes about to the 40, gain up about 5. That's to number 2, Jay Martin Jr., who's able to pick up about 5 yards on the first carry.
Talked about him in pregame. They're going to get the ball a lot tonight, and Jay Martin Jr. is the first one to get a carry and a solid gain out there on the right side.
All right, so way to get ahead of the sticks, if you are the Pumas, of course. We've seen a lot of teams recently struggle offensively, and it's been mainly just a lack of offense on first down. So way to get ahead of the sticks and get going here early.
You always want to give a good start on offense to get that spark going throughout the rest of the game.
Playing out, running out towards the right hash, out towards about the 42-yard line. He's just stopped short of the first down. That is Fred Parsons, who makes his way out, able to get a gain and set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, good stop right there. He had the open space and tried to make a move, but ended up slipping. The linebacker comes in and stops the run completely. Now you got third and manageable here. You could attack the middle of the field or go back to your star running backs and get one of them on the outside.
Fred Parsons, of course, listed as a defensive back as well, so very athletic, the Hamilton High School product. As he'll line up in shotgun, making some adjustments at the zone, at the line of scrimmage. Running back to his left from the gun. Parsons now looks over to his left, and that one's just overthrown and almost intercepted. That was almost picked off by number 5, Darian Zeeb of the Sidewinders.
Yeah, Darian Zeeb has been a very good defensive player for the Sidewinders, and he almost had a pick right there. I thought it was for a second, but the pass was just a little too low. It bounced just barely off the ground and into the hands of Zeeb.
As the Pumas now will come on to punt.
We got C.J. Williams back to return.
Yep, C.J. Williams, freshman from Deer Valley. We'll see if he can set up the Sidewinders with good field position here. And the punt is off. Good boot. Gets a little bit of air. Williams now gets it from about the 12. Makes a juke. Makes another one. A third one. Makes his way towards midfield. Cuts it back to the left. Williams, and he's brought down around the 20-yard line. That's a lot of work for an 8-yard return, but here we are.
That was a lot of work for sure. My goodness, he made like 4 different moves just to barely get 10 yards on the play, but still, that was a hard-earned 10 yards. That's going to look good on film.
Yes, it will, as now the Sidewinders will make their way offensively onto the field. And this is an offense that loves to pass, led by their quarterback, Kieran Earhart, who's a freshman out of Westview. Excuse me. It is actually Braden Darling, the freshman out of Sandra Day O'Connor School here in Phoenix. So we'll see what they try to get going here. As Darling will set up under center with a running back to his left, and we're going to get flags here early.
Oh, already a jump off sides there, and that's something we had to point out about the Pumas is they've had a lot of penalties throughout the season. So we'll see if they call it offsides here.
And that'll make it 1st and 5.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
So it'll be an offsides penalty on the first play, and that is called a LeJay Salas, the Liberty product on the Pumas. As now that will set up 1st and 5 already for the Sidewinders without even snapping a play. Darling now under center, same formation as last. The snap over, run over to the left. Running back cuts across field, makes his way up towards the 40, and we got a first down on the first play of the game.
Nice cuts there from the running back. He was able to get shifty on the outside, cuts right back in, and gets them the first down. And again, it resulted from the discipline, the undisciplined moment for jumping off sides for the Pumas. And that's not what you want to do to start the game.
All right. Another set of downs now for the Sidewinders. as they're going to line up in shotgun this time around. No more under center. We'll see if they try to spice up the running game, maybe go to the air. You know, these teams like to throw the ball a lot. Darling now will hand it off to the right. Running back now back towards the left. Good movement. He's able to make his way for maybe a gain of 1, maybe 2.
That's now back-to-back carries for Bentley Corbin. He is a freshman from Sandra Day O'Connor here in Phoenix. And the thing about the Sidewinders is that they have a lot of Arizona players on their team. Only 5 of them are not grown and from Arizona.
We have a Sandra Day O'Connor backfield too with Darling as well as Corbin. So a little bit of chemistry maybe there.
Potentially.
Darling will send a man in motion now. That was Williams. Darling looking now towards the right hash. That's over, and that is, was that caught? They will say incomplete to the targeted receiver. That was Daryl Smith, the freshman out of Boulder Creek High School, New River, Arizona. So nonetheless, starting to get the passing game going.
Yeah, and I don't mind the play call there, but the pass was just a little bit too low for his intended target. And his target, Daryl Smith, is actually the smallest on the team. He's only 130 pounds. So if he gets hit hard, he's going to have to take some big hits tonight.
Darling will send Williams in motion. Darling looking now, steps up in the pocket. Is he going to run? No, he's going to go deep.
Oh,
he's got
Lord.
a receiver. That's 18 out towards the 20 to the 10. And that is a touchdown, Sidewinders. Number 18, Dylan White, with a huge touchdown to put the Sidewinders up early.
Well, how about that? They called the same exact play that they ran just before, and instead of going for the short route, QB steps up right at the line of scrimmage, takes the deep shot. The Pumas, for their safeties, they bit and left White wide open.
Well, a bit of a bust in coverage here early for the Pumas. They have to punt. Sidewinders come out scoring. You see the air raid attack early, and we already got some fireworks here at Independence High School.
I love it. You got to start off really well on offense if you want to be able to win this game, and that's what the Sonoran Sidewinders are known for, is running the ball first and then setting up the passing game later on.
All right, so the kicker is on now to make this a 7-0 game as we have some late substitutions. Kieran and Earhart coming on a little bit late for the Sidewinders. The snap is up and the kick is good, but we do have a flag from the side ref. We'll see what it is. But it looks like it may be on the Pumas.
Yeah, most likely it's going to be offsides. That would be their second one of the night tonight.
Jump on top, 7-0.
All right, so
We're going to do it again.
we're going to do the extra point again because the penalty was on the Sidewinders. So we got to go again. It was a false start on the Sidewinders.
Yeah, I'm surprised they called it a false start because it looked like the Pumas jumped off sides there, but it looks like it went the other way, and now both teams are so confused because they really just want the kickoff to get going, but we got to do it again.
Nonetheless, Michael Singh will come back on to kick, the freshman from Red Mountain High School here in Mesa. From a little farther back now, but plenty of leg.
And they got William Howell, QB, holding the ball down. Attempt number 2.
And the kick is up from Singh, and that one once again is good. Singh showing off the leg, and we have a 7-0 lead here early for the Sidewinders.
That was good pressure by the Pumas on the edges there. I thought it was nearly going to get blocked, but number 20 for the Pumas, Vernon Harris Jr. came off of the edge very quickly and dove and nearly blocked it. I mean, we were commentating the Notre Dame Prep and Horizon Huskies game last night, and there was a few blocked field goals in that game. A couple of blocked field goals and an extra point. Would have been amazing to see two in a row, 2 nights.
What a game that was last night in Scottsdale, by the way. If we get anything half of as good as that, we're in for a treat tonight. That game went to triple overtime as the Notre Dame Prep Saints defeated the Horizon Huskies. into 5A matchup, a little rivalry matchup, but nonetheless, the important topic is here as Singh is ready to kick this one back off again. Excuse me, that's actually Jameer Gutierrez, as he's going to go with a little squib onside kick.
Wow.
And who is this recovered by? There is a flag, though. But who is this recovered by? Gutierrez with a great onside kick.
The Sidewinders
Who has it?
They're so excited on the sideline. Looks like they recovered it.
And it was recovered by the Pumas. It was recovered by the Pumas, to the dismay of the Sidewinders, who thought they had the ball, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, the refs are discussing it right now because a Sidewinder came up with the ball, but the refs said the Pumas recovered it. So there's going to be quite a bit of a discussion here. And then you have the flag on top of that. The entire crew's out here discussing.
As this one's now coming back.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty.
So it looks like we're going to re-kick, as there was a penalty on the Sidewinders. So we're going to get another kick here.
Yeah,
the Sidewinders are a little late to come back onto the field. I don't think they know. I think they recovered the fumble.
yeah, there's a lot of miscommunication there because, yeah, they recovered the fumble, but the penalty was on them anyways, so they have to redo the entire kick. And now you just exposed an onside kick that you could use later in the game, but now the Pumas are going to be ready for that from here on out.
So safe to say we won't see another one from Gutierrez here?
Potentially, but again, football is unpredictable. We've seen a lot of onside kicks in NFL games, collegiate games called in one game. So you never know. They could probably do it again here.
All right, so Gutierrez will line up to kick now from the 30. So 5 yards farther back than before. So this could possibly set up really good field position for the Pumas, which they are in need of after dropping down 7-0 here early.
And since they're backed up 5 more yards, expect this to be returned by the Pumas.
Gutierrez delivers the kick. This one's out to the 10, and it will make its way into the end zone. Kavion Belcher, it's a live ball, and it's recovered by the Sidewinders in the end zone.
Just like the fans are saying, that should be a touchdown. So now we have another special teams issue to discuss.
Belcher never touched the football. He just let it go. But if this is based off the new NFL rules, then yeah, that would be a touchdown.
Refs are discussing. We'll see what the call is here.
If it's college rules, that's just a touchback.
Right.
And this is college football. So.
Well, it looked like the Sidewinders were running back to it. They were well aware of what was going on, and they dove on it.
It is a touchback. So we do have college rules in a college game. Good to know.
And the Pumas are going to take over there.
What a weird special teams. What a weird special teams series so far.
There's nothing like junior college football on a Saturday night.
Right? You get the unpredictable.
Yeah, you get a lot. All right, nonetheless, we're finally ready to go again as the Pumas, still huddling up, should make their way out onto the field here in a few seconds, as here they come. Sidewinders ready for them. 7-0 lead for the Sidewinders. Gotten out to good momentum early. We've had a bit of a stop and play because of a lot of stuff going on, but we are back.
Yeah, so now you're the Papago Pumas coming back on this drive for the second time. And what worked was giving it to your running backs. They only handed it off to Jay Martin Jr. once, and then after that they took the ball away. So they got to be able to establish the run game early in order to set up the pass.
We'll see if Fred Parsons can maybe even get his arm going a little bit, struggle a little bit on the last drive, but nonetheless, just like you said, Ethan, let's feed Jay Martin Jr. and do what we do best and what was working on that first drive. Parsons in the shotgun. He will hand it off to Martin Jr. as he breaks a tackle, breaks multiple. It is out towards the first down marker. A great run on first down from Martin Jr.
I mean, he's 6'1", 220 pounds. One man trying to take him down is going to be hard enough. You need multiple guys to be able to take him down, and you just saw it on that run right there. He trampled over 2 guys just to get an extra 8-9 yards.
Martin Jr., a product of Highland High School here in Gilbert, Arizona, a school that has seen a lot of success. Not great this season, but has seen a lot of success in the past in 6A. Parsons now from the shotgun will have him to his left, and they'll give it to him right again. Martin Jr. out towards the first down marker and past it. Still going as he fights his way out of bounds. Is pushed out of bounds by a couple Sidewinder defenders. Then he's getting a little chippy here early.
Yeah, and that's another great run again by Martin Jr., but I'm surprised the Sidewinders didn't get called for a flag for that, for unnecessary roughness, because he was already out of bounds, and both Sidewinders defenders that made the tackle actually pushed him while he was going to their sideline. I'm surprised the Pumas didn't start going crazy for a flag.
Nonetheless, it is a first down for the Pumas. Let's see if this offense can keep a rhythm now with Martin Jr., as they will be 3 wide, though. 2 receivers on the bottom of your screen. Parsons once again making adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He'll take the snap, and it's same thing again. Bread and butter to Martin Jr., but this one is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The Sonoran Sidewinders coming up big here early on defense.
Yikes, that was not a good play for the offensive line. That was I believe that was Isaiah Davis in on the tackle.
As well as Amari Wright. He was in there too to make a big hit.
Yeah, they both came in and absolutely destroyed that left side of the line. A good tone setter for the defense to get that spark back.
So, second and long here. Not a great play on first down. It's going to put the Pumas well behind the sticks.
One of my X factors for tonight for the Pumas is Braden Watkins, number 13, at the bottom of your screen. Watch out for him tonight. He's supposed to get quite a bit of targets.
Parsons nonetheless, it seems they have a game plan. It's to feed it to Martin Jr., but when you're behind the sticks like this, 2nd and 13, it's going to be time to throw the ball as Parsons looks, rolls out to his right, good pocket presence. He's going to take off like he did on the first drive, going to pick up a lot of those yards back as we get a flag, a late flag after the play.
That was Cameron Fowler there on the block leading the way for QB1, but now, we, like you said, we have a flag on the field, so we'll see what the call is here. Yeah, both crowds ended up going, ooh, right there, because it was such a big hit.
The ref picks up the flag. We'll see if...
There's no foul on the play for a blindside block.
All right, so there is no foul on the play for an illegal blindside block. That one was a clean play, as we will now have 3rd down. 3rd and give or take 6, 7 for the Pumas. A lot better than where they were before.
Yeah, now they're set up at the 41-yard line. If you're the Pumas, where have you not attacked? And so far, they haven't attacked the middle of the field yet. They've gone outside multiple plays. They've got to try and test those linebackers in that second level to see if they can crease through their zone coverage.
Parsons now running back behind him this time around. Bit of a different formation. It looks like the Sidewinders are showing pressure. We'll see if they bring it, and they just drew them off sides.
And both of these defensive lines are hungry for pressure, and they've been doing that well tonight. But you got to watch the ball. You got to see if it moves. If it moves, go. If it doesn't, don't.
Offside. Defense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So that is the defensive end, Amari Wright, who just had a great tackle on a couple plays ago, jumping off sides. And it looked like they almost got one of the captains, Logan Gardella, to go as well. So it was almost a 2-man off sides. This is going to set up a first down for the Pumas.
We saw Notre Dame Prep last night do that quite a bit, and it's so hard for defensive lines to not move when they just want to get inside the pocket and make a sack or a tackle for a loss, but they've got to watch that ball.
All right, free first down for the Pumas as Parsons will hand it off now. That one is carried just about back to the line of scrimmage. New running back in the game for the Pumas, giving Martin Jr. a little bit of a breather.
Logan Gardea there for the Sidewinders on that blitz on the outside. He came from the second level and sprinted just before the ball was snapped. My goodness, it's really hard to make a well-timed blitz like that. Even though he didn't make the play, he still brought the pressure and scared the quarterback.
The running back is Jeremiah Huckabee, the Hamilton product. So on the Sidewinders, we have a Sandra Day O'Connor backfield, and on the Pumas, we have a Hamilton High School backfield. So a little bit of chemistry between running backs and quarterbacks tonight. as Parsons will take the snap and will hand it to Huckabee. Not a lot of room to go anywhere, but we're going to get a flag. It looks like this one could be on the Sidewinders, but we'll see what happened here. Or this could be a hold and come back on the Pumas.
Yeah, they got pressured right away, so don't be surprised if this is a holding call here.
There's no foul on the play for holding.
So, no foul on the play for holding. Nonetheless, it will be a 3rd and long here for the Pumas.
Yeah, that's the second flag that was waved off, and that's pretty surprising because usually, on an average, for when it comes to wave off flags, there's only about maybe, it's funny, but half a flag is usually waved off.
To already see 2 flags waved off here early is kind of surprising too. All right, so big 3rd down here for the Pumas. Give or take, it's about 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, maybe even more. They do not have the markers up on the screen, so we kind of have to guess a little bit. Parsons looks over to his left. That one's completed. No, it's dropped. That was dropped by number 13, Braden Watkins from Texas.
And we got an injury on the field here.
He should be okay. He's right up. But took a little bit of a hit there trying to receive that pass from Parsons. But nonetheless, it will be another punt for the Pumas.
The way that Watkins got up, it didn't feel like a little hit. He got smacked by number 15 of the Sidewinders, Logan Gardea. Logan Gardea has brought the energy so far in this game. He's been bringing consistent pressure. That was a late hit that he gave, but still sets the tone for the defense nonetheless.
All right, CJ Williams will once again be back for the Sidewinders. Remember his punt return last time to get 8 yards. He made a million jukes, so we'll see what he can pull off this time around. Maybe even take one back to the house, might I say. We'll never know. But the punt is off now. It's another really good one. This one's going to bounce just in front of him. We'll see if he takes it. He does, and it bounces off his hands, but he's able to pick it up, makes his way over to the right hash, and he's brought down from behind as there's a flag now that comes down. The tackle was made by number 21, Makai Anderson, but we'll see what the penalty is here.
Yeah, I don't know. That didn't seem like a legal tackle there. It looked like he got pulled down by the horse collar.
A lot of flags here early. A lot of flags picked up here early. So, you know, we have a JUCO game on Saturday night. Things are getting a little chippy like this.
Yeah, the Washer's going to be busy tonight.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
All right, a horse collar tackle on the kicking team. So this is going to add 15 yards on the play, and it'll be good field position for the Sidewinders, who are already up 7-0.
Yeah, and something to point out in this game is the Sidewinders' offensive line. They are massive. One of them being Dylan Escalante, left tackle, number 71. He's 6'6", 310 pounds, the tallest and biggest guy on the team. So if they're going to have a lot of plays go in a certain direction, it will probably go his way.
All right, here we are again. Darling, shotgun, running back to his left. Darling will take the snap. It's play action. He's going deep again. There it is, down the field, and it drops incomplete. He was looking for Dylan White, who had the touchdown reception on the first drive. And when you're hot, feed him. It looks like it just went right through his hands.
Good coverage by Pumas Parson there. And it was a one-on-one matchup that they were looking for. They took the shot, but because of the great coverage, couldn't make that connection.
All right, so it will be 2nd and 10 now for the Sidewinders. I like that they're airing the ball out. I like that they're keeping the defense on their toes, especially, you know, some passes deep to kind of take the top off. Especially with play action, it works really well for them as they're going to go under center now, so we might be expecting a run. As Darling now, it is a toss over to the right, and that does not even get back to the line of scrimmage. That play is absolutely swallowed up by a Pumas defense that was all over it.
Yeah, the O-line was not ready for that at all. They bounced off the line late once the ball was snapped, and the defensive line got in all the gaps there and covered up the run game.
Not a lot of room to go here for Bentley Corbin, who was swallowed up by a lot of defensive linemen from the Pumas. It sets up a big 3rd and long here for the Sidewinders, a chance for the Pumas to get themselves back in this game and garner momentum. Give or take, it's about 3rd and 12. As Darling will line up in shotgun with Corbin to his right.
3 high safeties.
Corbin now surveys the field, will step up, and he'll run. There goes Corbin. He's out towards the 50, about a yard or two short of the first down. We'll see where they mark him, but nonetheless, it's a chance to put the thought or idea of going for 4th down in your coach's head.
I mean, you're at midfield or close to midfield, but they're bringing out, looks like they're making a lot of different substitutions, but you may as well go for it. I mean, you're at midfield. You want to keep the momentum on your side. You may as well, but it looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit.
They are bringing out the punting unit. That is Gutierrez, who's out to punt for the Sidewinders. Kind of a unique call. It's about 4th and 2 from the 50, a chance to keep momentum going, but they're going to go for the punt, and I think it's based off the strong defensive showing they've showed thus far. And it looks like the Sidewinders are trying to call timeout, and they will get it. So a little bit of confusion here on the punting team. We'll see if that's what they want to do. But a timeout called early, and a good stop here for the Pumas, right?
Yeah, and they were ready to send in the blocking unit, but there was actually a delay of game penalty called, but then a timeout was called to get rid of that penalty. And because of the miscommunication on special teams, they had to use a timeout so they can get the right guys out.
All right, so both teams huddle up here early. We've seen a lot of running. We've seen some great passing. And we've seen some good offensive line play. Some things we kind of expected going into this game. It's a mix of everything, you know, for both of these teams. And hopefully we get to see some great offense tonight. And, of course, some good defense, too. People do like to see turnovers. So
Yeah, I mean, it's only quarter 1. There's still plenty of ball to go. But, yeah, like you said, both defenses have played decently well tonight. They've made decent stops. Unfortunately, the Pumas did give up that deep touchdown pass. But other than that, pretty solid from both sides.
All right, Gutierrez is back to punt. And for the Pumas, it will be number 4, Cameron Cook, who's back to receive it. Gutierrez gets it off. It's an absolute shank. And this one is going out of bounds out towards the 40-ish yard line. So not a great punt. There's going to be a flag on the field for a late hit. Gutierrez is down.
It looked like Gutierrez got hit hard after he kicked the play, and he's definitely way down on the field.
All right, so after this, we will be right back here from Independence High School.
HJCAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, HJCAC has you covered. Call HJCAC, AA-PAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Welcome back to Independence High School here between the Papago Pumas and the Sonoran Sidewinders. We had a late hit on the punter Gutierrez, and that resulted in a first down for the Sonoran Sidewinders, something you just cannot have if you're the Pumas.
No, you can't. And now you put the Sidewinders in in your own territory on accident, and you had the chance to get back to potentially put points on the board for the first time, and now you got to go back out on defense, which ruins your momentum. And the Sidewinders offense is coming out there, and I heard him on the sideline saying, let's go score for Gutierrez. Gutierrez is actually getting stretched out on the table right now, and it's nice that your offense sees something like that and says, hey, we got to go score now. They did that to our kicker punter. Let's go get revenge.
All right, so we are back with a 50-yard penalty and a first down for the Sidewinders. They'll take over from the 36 of the Pumas. Another chance for great field position here. As Darling will go under center with Corbin behind him. Darling with the snap. There's penalties all over the place. Darling's going to scramble out left. He's going to throw across his body to Dylan White. That one's just out of his hands, but stop me if you've heard this before. There are penalties on the field. As two were thrown by two separate line judges. So we'll see what this is. The fact that the play continued makes me think that this may be offsides on the Pumas.
My goodness, the flags are going crazy tonight. And getting back to that play action rollout, Darling had the chance to scramble and get the first down, but instead tried to take the crossbody deep medium shot, but just couldn't connect with his wide receiver, number 18, Dylan White. And they're continuing to discuss these penalties. They've had a lot of very long discussions tonight when it comes to penalties.
It's probably going to continue based off how this game is going thus far.
It's been a very long first quarter already.
There is no foul on the play for illegal substitution.
So there is no foul on the play for illegal substitution. These refs having a bit of a night thus far. 3 flags picked up after discussion. So we want to see a good, well-played game. And we also want to see the officials make the right calls. So the fact that they're getting to it and making the right calls at the end is what's the most important.
And they're bringing in, the Sidewinders are bringing in fullback Royce Hernandez on the play, freshman from Needles High School in California. He's one of the 5 players that are not from Arizona that are on the team. So we'll see if he's used as a blocker here or if he's actually going to end up getting the ball.
All right, so Darling is going to go under. It looks like he's going to, let's see. He's kind of in a little weird area. Yeah, he is going to go under center with a running back to his right. Sends a man in motion with a leg kick and enough more penalties. As it looks like we're going to get a false start now on the Sidewinders.
Yeah, that was based on the reaction. That was from left tackle number 70, Peyton Clemens.
Yeah. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Yep, that was on number 70, so a false start penalty here early. And the Sidewinders are right behind the sticks now on 2nd and 15.
I mean, good accountability reaction. Don't get me wrong. He went around and he rolled with his left arm in a circle like that, like going forward, and he said, "Yep, that's on me." But also at the same time, when there's a penalty, don't make it look obvious that you committed the penalty.
All right, so Darling will set up in shotgun here. He's kind of been flipping between that and under center a lot tonight. It's a play action pass. He's rolling out to his right. And he's going to take off himself. Maybe had C.J. Williams deep, but nonetheless takes off himself and is able to gain a lot of yards back.
Yeah, C.J. Williams, they've had him in motion on almost every single play tonight when it comes to their passing plays and run schemes. He's very speedy for them. But on that play, Darling didn't have anybody open and decided to just take the easy way around and get a couple yards back. And now you've got 3rd and a little long, but got to attack downfield.
It looks like give or take it's about 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7 maybe. So we're having
one of the 3.
We're having to guess because they're not putting the down and distance up on the scoreboard. So it's our guess is your guess at home. So 3rd and 7 is what we're going to rule here. As the Sidewinders set up for a big play here. They're in field goal range, but nonetheless want to score another touchdown, go up 14 here early. Kind of put your stamp on this game. As Darling will have Corbin to his right. 3 men at the top of your screen, out wide. As Darling will take the pass, steps up in the pocket, is grabbed by his jersey, is able to get the ball out with a little bit of an underthrow as the ball is jumped on by the Sidewinders. That should probably be an incomplete pass, but nonetheless, kind of risky there if you're Darling.
How Darling's jersey didn't get ripped in half is unbelievable. The defensive tackle held on for about 4 seconds there, somehow stayed up and got the ball away. And the refs, once again, are discussing if he got sacked or if he threw the ball. And it looks like he threw it on the ground as he was going down, and then everybody on the field thought it was a fumble. So there's been so many weird plays that have led to long discussions by the refs. Darling stating his case here.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 10. Loss it down. 4th down.
All right, intentional grounding on the Sidewinders and Darling, so it's going to set them up out of field goal range, and of course it's a loss of down as well, so it's going to be a punt situation for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice that he was trying to get the ball out and avoid a sack, but you've got to be aware of where you are. If you're in the pocket, even if you're just close to being outside of it, just go down so that way you don't commit the intentional grounding penalty, nor do you force a fumble.
All right, so it looks like this is a punt situation on 4th and long, 4th and 17 for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, there is a lot of miscommunication by the Sidewinders. Nobody knows what's going on right now. And that's been for both teams, honestly, when it comes to setting up the defense, offense. We've got to do a better job at getting your guys ready to go and get out there.
Well, are they lined up to punt the ball here on 4th and 17? Are they thinking about going for this?
Potentially, or a hard count. Because they're very close to field goal range, too. So don't be surprised if they go up for a hard count.
They are lining up to go for 4th and 17 in Puma territory. I mean, they are a little close for a field goal, or for a punt, excuse me, but too long for a field goal, so might as well, I guess, just go for it. As they just got the defensive end for the Pumas to jump off sides, another penalty.
That was number 44, Leandre Harris, there on offsides. We'll see if they call it.
Defense number 59. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So this is going to now set up 4th and 12 for the Sidewinders. And this kind of makes it a bit of a decision here for Coach Monson. You could kick the field goal now for an easier field goal, but it looks like they're still going to go for this.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, Gutierrez is a strong kicker, and he can definitely make this kick, but I guess he wants to show that instead of going up by 10, he wants to go up by potentially 13, 14 here.
Bit of a risky play here early for Monson with just under 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter, as Darling will set up in the gun. Obvious pass play situation. Darling takes a snap, looks downfield, steps up, throws one deep, got a guy, he's got him! Wow, what a grab from number 14, C.J. Williams down to the 1-yard line.
Well, we've been waiting to call his name when it comes to making a reception, and he made a big reception right there, putting the offense at the 1. A very risky call, but the gamble paid off.
Well, that right there is how you convert a play with a guy in his face as well for Darling. Pressure right in his grill, and he's able to deliver a great pass in a double coverage downfield right on the money.
Yeah, he got smacked on the play, but still delivered the throw, and C.J. Williams made up. He jumped up high for that catch, too, in between the corner and safety.
All right, so it will be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Sidewinders. A chance to really, really put your foot down on this game and go up double digits on a very, very, very good Papago Pumas team.
Expect Ramirez to get the ball here. He's their big back, so get ready for him to go up the gut.
Darling signaling guys over in motion again as he will hand it off to Ramirez. Ramirez is in for a Sidewinder touchdown. And a flag after the play for a little bit of extracurriculars. Here we go again. But nonetheless, it is a touchdown for the Sidewinders.
Back to Ramirez, just like I said. Give the big back the ball, and he'll get it right in. Good score for the Sidewinders.
So we're seeing a two-headed monster from both teams in the backfield. And for the Sidewinders, it is Corbin and Ramirez that have been able to do a lot of the heavy lifting for this offense, as we'll see what the penalty is and how this may affect the extra point.
Will probably be enforced on the kickoff, most likely, if anything stands here.
I mean, I'm losing count of how many penalties we've had already. It's 2:46 left in the first quarter.
Unnecessary roughness number 7 on the offense. That'll be enforced on the kickoff.
All right, so it will be unnecessary roughness on Kieran Earhart that will be enforced on the kickoff. So nonetheless, won't affect the extra point.
Yeah,
will be the second time that a kickoff has been affected tonight for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, Kieran Earhart was very upset on the side by the sideline ref, but you got to just go back and take ownership.
Singh with the extra point. It is up and it is good. Drilled right down the middle. And the Sidewinders have taken an early 14-0 lead here over the Pumas.
Yeah, the Pumas, their offense started off so explosive in week 1 versus Gila River, and then they slowed down a little bit more, only scoring half the points they did against Gila River and only scored 28, which is still good. And now you're entering this game not getting any points on the board yet, and they're usually the kind of team that starts off really hot. And so far, they're ice cold.
A lot of game left, nonetheless. A chance for the Pumas to get right back in it, but their offense has kind of been stalled a little bit with the inability to really pick up a lot of yards on first down.
Yeah, they haven't really done a good job, you're right, at picking up yards on first down. And, I mean, again, it's not about how you start, it's always about how you finish. And at the end of the day, if you continue to go with the game plan you stuck with, whether it's working or not to start the game, you still have confidence in your offense. Now, at some point, if it isn't working, you're going to have to make adjustments. So if you're the Pumas, don't panic, but just start to make some slight adjustments in order to get points on the board.
So Gutierrez is back out there. Good to see. But what's not good to see for the Sidewinders, he's going to have to kick this ball out from the 20. So this is a chance to be great field position for the Pumas.
Very much so. Expect this return. Obviously, it's going to be a return. We'll see how far the Pumas can take it back.
Gutierrez with the kick. And this one is received deep around the 25-yard line and returned. Cuts up the middle. And a big hit. What a hit around at the 40-yard line. That's number 24, Anthony Hernandez, the sophomore from Valley Vista. What a hit.
It's crazy because from here it didn't look that big of a hit, but when he made the wrap-up at the bottom and slammed him to the ground, it reminded me of how the Legion of Boom defense for the Seattle Seahawks would tackle, wrap up, and slam the guy to the ground. That was awesome.
Anthony Hernandez staying on the field, of course, because he is one of their main premier linebackers on this team. But nonetheless, a new drive to kind of right away some of the dismay thus far for the Pumas and Parsons, as we'll see what they can get going. Not a lot of passing as Parsons takes the snap. And that one across the middle. Receiver cuts it back towards midfield. Is back to his right, still going. And he's finally brought down. That is number 4, Cameron Cook, with a great reception run after the catch.
Curtis Turner, linebacker for the Sidewinders, had the interception right there, and he lost where the ball went, and it went right into Cook's hands, and he had no idea that a play was even going on until Cook started making a couple moves, and then he went upfield. Either way, great play by Cook to get the yards after catch.
First time tonight for the Pumas in opponent field position as we have a running play up the middle trying to get some room is Jeremiah Huckabee, and he's brought down for about a gain of 2, and kind of unique here from the Pumas after the first few drives and us watching Martin Jr. It's been a lot of Huckabee here.
Yeah, Huckabee he had a guy holding on for dear life as he was trying to churn his legs going forward there. It's nice to see a running back continue to churn his legs to continue to keep those extra yards and keep the spark going for the offense.
We are approaching just under a minute and a half remaining here in this first quarter, and what has been a super entertaining game both during play and away from the play as Parsons takes the snap. He's going to throw it down the sideline, and it's picked off by the Sidewinders. Intercepted as Parsons took a huge hit on the throw, and we have a flag again after the play. That was intercepted by number 20, Vernon Harrison Jr. of the Sidewinders.
And we got an injury on the field, and that was also a great interception by Harrison Jr. there. Just not a very good throw and threw it right to the Sidewinders.
So we have an injury timeout, and another flag has now come down on the field for extracurriculars. We'll get this settled back when we come back from break.
Andrew Neeram, a junior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm excited to show the Varsity Sports Show everything that I can offer on any side of production as I express my love for this business throughout the fall of 2025.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to Independence High School, as we just saw a late hit on the quarterback Parsons, but the flag is still being discussed by the officiating crew. Nonetheless, it was an interception by the Sidewinders, and they should get possession of the ball, but we will see.
Yeah, that was a very emotional play right there. I mean, you had an interception, you had a late hit on the QB, and both lines of scrimmage, offensive line and defensive line, almost got into it there. I mean, the O-line came up and defended their quarterback, so I'll give them credit for that. But, I mean, you got to keep your cool in these kind of situations. And thankfully, Parsons was able to get up and walk off the field.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 6, unnecessary roughness. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the coach from Papago. Both penalties will offset. First down.
Okay, so it will be a first down for the Sonoran Sidewinders as we have a bunch of penalties. I thought that maybe a hit after the play on the quarterback would result in a first down for Papago because it was before the interception, but nonetheless, they're going to give the ball to the Sidewinders.
Yeah, I mean, either way, the penalty's offset, which is crazy to me, but even then, it's just nice to see Parsons walk off the field, but we'll see if he even comes back into the game tonight.
All right, so the Sidewinders will take over now from around the 26-yard line-ish with a minute remaining here in this first quarter.
Man, the Pumas have been giving the same look on defense. 4-man rushes, 2 linebackers, 3 corners, and 2 safeties up high. They really haven't changed their scheme, and it hasn't been super effective for them.
All right, so Darling will line up in the shotgun here. We're finally going to get some football played. 4 wide, 1 man coming over in motion. That is CJ Williams. Darling steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. Here he goes again. Darling looking towards the first down marker as a man just got laid out, and we have flags all over the place for a blindside hit.
Yeah.
He got absolutely laid out on the field. We know this one's going to come back.
Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't the NFL of the early 2000s or 90s, 80s, you name it. It's not old school NFL or any old school football. That was a blindside hit. Good block, don't get me wrong, but you got to make sure that the player is looking right at you in order to make the block. Yeah, the person that got hit, or the player that got hit was Talon Jensen.
Personal foul.
For the Pumas.
Blindside block. Offense number 7. 15-yard penalty. Still first down.
All right, so we have a blindside hit. That is on number 7, Keenan Earhart, already picking up a lot of penalties so far in this game as Earhart. Been aggressive.
Yeah, that's his second personal foul penalty. He had one earlier after the play, and that one was during the play. So he's got to be careful of his emotions and being able to make big plays and the right plays while being disciplined.
All right, so it will be 1st and 17 for the Sidewinders as they did gain a few yards on the play. They did get the yards from the run, as they're going to be in a straight line formation. It's going to be CJ Williams in motion again, just like every play. This one's going to be handed off towards the left as they're making their way up the field, and he is finally brought down around the 26, 27-yard line on the carry. That looked to be number 26, Julian Ramirez, and a good play for the Puma defense.
That's a solid run there, and I mean, you can't go wrong with a 4, 5, 6 yard gain there. Any of those 3 is always good for your offense to get warmed up on any kind of drive and to be able to set up the passing game.
All right, 25 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. The Sidewinders will be forced to at least run one more play.
Got a huge blitz potentially incoming here.
We'll see if they're just showing or they're bringing it. Dylan White in motion this time for the Sidewinders as it's a handoff, and it is absolutely stuffed by the Pumas. Gutierrez with nowhere to go. Ramirez, with nowhere to go. What a play for this Puma defense.
That was a great play by number 69 defensive lineman for the Pumas, Jagora, there for the instant pressure and the wrap-up, and now we are finally at the end of the first quarter.
All right, it's been a chippy first quarter to say the least here from Independence High School in Glendale, Arizona. We will be right back. Stick with us for the start of the second quarter.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hi, my name is Carmen Liberto, and I am a senior at the Cronkite School at Arizona State University, majoring in sports journalism. Over the past few semesters, I've worked on a variety of projects that have strengthened my reporting, storytelling, and on-camera skills. My passion has always been hockey, and I hope to build a career covering the NHL, ideally as a beat writer for the Buffalo Sabres. I'm excited to continue growing as a journalist and to bring my energy and dedication to every story I tell. Stay tuned to see my work at the Varsity Show internship.
My name is Dana McDermott, and I'm a junior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. I am looking forward to the opportunity to get some hands-on experience and dip my toes into this industry. I've called water polo, softball, and I've broadcasted on the sidelines for high school football and basketball. I'm so excited for what this internship's going to give me.
Welcome back to Independence High School here in Glendale, Arizona for a big junior college matchup between the Papago Pumas and Sonoran Sidewinders. 14-0 is your score as the Sidewinders have the ball, 2nd and 10. And they're looking to add on to a very impressive start, as we're going to get a little bit of a stoppage in play. And we are ready to go here to start off this second quarter. Darling will go under center for this play. Almost got a guy to jump. It's an end around here, as this one's going to come back for another flag, as there was a big hit on the play. That was an end around to number 25, Torrey Gray, the sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. But it looks like this one could be coming back here.
That's an interesting story. How do you go from Chicago in the freezing cold all the way to the desert?
He did go to high school at Gilbert, though. So he must have moved here a little bit ago.
Probably, yeah, but that's a pretty crazy weather change.
Third down.
Okay, so we had a illegal formation on the Sidewinders. This is going to push them back 5 yards, and we'll set up 3rd and 15 here.
It's nice to see that as the game's going along, I'm seeing more Sidewinder fans starting to show up. It's really nice. Again, we talked about it in the pregame to have fans come out here and supporting friends. Everybody is out here, and throughout this game, we've seen more and more people start to come in. Yeah, we've seen more.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so it will be 3rd and 15 here for the Sidewinders. A big third down for this Puma defense. As Darling will set up in the shotgun, and we have another penalty on the play.
I Nothing.
All right, so we had a penalty on the Sidewinders, so this is going to push them back even farther here. And it's going to set up a 3rd and long, which it already was, of course. And we'll see what they can dial up here. Not a lot of plays in the playbook here for a yards to go of this caliber, as we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here up here in the booth, but we're trying to get it fixed for you guys. Only one of our mics just went out, but hopefully it should be back here in a few seconds. Darling now from the shotgun will send CJ Williams in motion. Darling now looks downfield. He throws, and that one is completed to the outside to Dylan White as he's fighting forward, but too much yardage to go, as that will set up a 4th down. All right, so this will be a punting situation for the Sidewinders. Hopefully maybe no tricks involved here. We'll see what happens. But for now, it will be 4th and give or take about 8. And it will be Gutierrez that's back to punt. Last time he punted, there was a penalty on the play, as he's able to get this one off. And back to receive is number 4, Cook, as he let it bounce right in front, and the Sidewinders picked it up around the 45-yard line, so it's going to be great field position for the Pumas. And a great idea there from Cameron Cook to let that one bounce.
Yeah, that was a good punt overall by number 45.
All right, so the Pumas will take over here from the 45-yard line, in a chance for them to really go down the field and put some points on the board. It's been a bit of a struggle offensively thus far. The running game has tried to get going through Martin Jr. and Huckabee, but the passing game's been a bit lackadaisical thus far. And we'll see if they can get something going. But the refs are talking something over. Stop me if you've heard that before. It's been one of those nights here in Glendale.
Yeah, it really has been one of those nights. Can you hear me? No. Okay. You're doing good, Matthew.
All right, so we had a penalty on the Pumas, and it looks like the Sidewinders have elected to re-kick this, so they're going to have a chance to get a little bit of better field position and put the Pumas back. See if they can pin the Pumas a little bit farther back here.
Yeah, we'll see what the offense runs here. I'm actually back now, guys. Sorry about that. I tripped on the cord, so that's on me there. But yeah, we'll see what the special teams runs here.
Gutierrez with the punt, and that one's an absolute shank dribbler that's picked up by one of the special teamers on the Pumas, out towards the 25-yard line. So the decision to re-kick there is a bad one for the Sidewinders. That one's going to come back to hurt them.
That was Vernon Harrison Jr. there on the return, and now you've set up the offense in really good field position inside the red zone. We'll see if they can capitalize.
All right, so great field position for these Pumas. An offense that's really been struggling thus far tonight. A chance to get on the board here early in the second quarter. We'll see if they can, light the scoreboard up a little bit here.
Yeah, even if it's 3 points, they'll take. Anything that they can get to have some kind of confidence going back to the sideline, but I'm sure everybody knows here they want 7.
All right, it's going to be Parsons, in the backfield. He takes a snap. It's actually not. It's a new quarterback, but nonetheless, he steps up in the pocket, out to his right, throws it, and that one is incomplete.
That was Xavier Newman there scrambling, and he had good pocket presence there. Got to the outside and tried to make a play happen, but it falls incomplete. And his jersey's hanging out off of both of his shoulder pads.
Xavier Newman, also a Hamilton product, just like Parsons, but he is from Anchorage, Alaska. So we have guys from Chicago, guys from Alaska making their way down to play football in the Valley, trying to get away from that cold weather.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I've been in the desert all my life. I couldn't even imagine living out in those states because it's so extremely cold, and you have to continually shovel snow and do what you can to keep yourself warm.
All right, so it will be Newman now from the shotgun, takes a snap, looks over. It's a bit of a screen pass here. It's received, and out towards the 10-yard line, making his way 15 for close to a first down. For the Pumas, that is number 12, DJ Franklin on the reception. And it's a good amount of yards for the Pumas, something they haven't really been able to pick up a lot tonight.
No, and that was really scary for Franklin because he almost got rocked on that play. And the play was almost disrupted completely, potentially an interception. When you run bubble screens like that, you've got to go quick because those corners, if you hesitate even for a split second, that is going to end up going the other way. So they got lucky to get that completion off.
So it will be third down here for the Pumas. It's about 3rd and 4 as Newman trying to maybe draw this defense offsides. Not a bad idea with the amount of offsides we've had tonight.
Good stand by Sonoran there.
As this crowd's starting to make a little bit of noise here on 3rd down, Newman's jersey absolutely torn. He looks kind of cool. And he takes a snap from the shotgun, goes over to the left pylon, and that one is caught. What a grab for a touchdown, Pumas. That is Franklin. Wow.
What a catch by Franklin. Oh my gosh. If that doesn't bring smiles and joy to the sideline, I don't know what else will. The one-on-one test, he went up and snatched that ball.
Franklin with a great catch to get the Pumas right back in this game, and a quarterback change pays dividends here early for the Pumas.
Yeah, and now they actually have some momentum going back to the sideline and have put themselves into this game.
All right, so the extra point is on for the Pumas. It is number 31, Colton Reyes from Gilbert, the lefty. And it is blocked, a very low kick that really barely got off the ground. He's able to jump on top of it, but it is a blocked extra point, and this stays an 8-point game.
Manifestation's a real thing. I heard one of the fans over here to our right say, "Block it," and it ended up being blocked. So whether that was manifestation or great effort, it was pretty much both there.
I think it's been the same guy that's been yelling all game.
Yeah, we've heard some of the fans quite a bit tonight expressing frustration and happiness, but that's with any kind of game.
All right, so the Sidewinders are going to get the ball back here with 12-13 remaining, 12-18, remaining in the second quarter. The Pumas able to get on the board and make this a bit of a closer game, give us a bit of a ball game, and the comeback's already on for them. And for the Sidewinders, it's going to be a lot of the deep passing game again, right? And maybe even try to throw the offense through Huckabee, who's been taking all of the running back snaps recently.
Yeah, he has, and he's probably going to start leading the way now for the Sonoran Sidewinders because the Pumas finally responded on offense. And again, their offensive system has been able to work so consistently so far tonight. You don't want to go away from what's been working. So continue to run the ball, set up the pass, and continue to keep your lead.
Reyes back to kick for the Pumas. And it is off. A little bit of a squib kick, kind of an onside. This is dropped and able to be jumped on by number 27 of the Sidewinders. That is Isaiah Trejos, who almost had a huge muff there, but was able to jump on it.
Oh, good Lord, that was scary. It was kind of surprising because he should have let that roll out of bounds, and they would have been set up very well. They still are, but yeah, ball hit his hands, and he got surprised himself and just fell right on top of it. Smart play there.
It will be 1st and 10 here for the Sidewinders, as that kind of squib kick there from Reyes sets up the Sidewinders in great field position here from the 42-yard line, and not very far to go to get in field goal range, but we know they're not thinking field goal, they're thinking touchdown.
No, every single offensive drive when you go out on the field, you're always wanting to score a touchdown. There's been multiple games throughout all the football's history, no matter what level it is, that teams have scored only touchdowns, but you got to be okay with any points that you can get as well.
Darling will now line up here from shotgun with Corbin back behind him this time around, as CJ Williams goes in motion again. He's been in motion all night as pressure, and he is sacked in the backfield. What a tackle. That is number 2 of the Pumas, Jay Martin Jr. He plays both sides.
Yeah, he's been he comes into the defensive side here and there for a little surprise, and it's nice to see the big 6'1", 220 back and defensive end out there. He went in with no pressure and brought down Darling.
That play was immediately snuffed out. Not great blocking there from the offensive line of the Sidewinders. So that's going to set up 2nd and 20 here for the Sidewinders. Kind of a tough sledding already, and you can kind of maybe feel the momentum kind of shifting here for the Pumas.
Yeah, it felt like this last night in the game that we were commentating. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
This one's handed off to Corbin as he's able to make his way towards, still churning, up towards around the 38-yard line. That's going to get a lot of yardage back.
Looks like we have an injury of one of the offensive linemen on the field.
We have a player down on the field for the Pumas, so we're going to take another quick break, and we'll come right back to you after this.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
We are back from Independence High School here after an injury timeout. We have a 3rd and long for the Sidewinders after a sack from Jay Martin Jr. that set the Sidewinders back, in a run by Corbin that was able to get a little bit of yardage back, but not enough. And this will be 3rd and 14, a huge play in this game as the Pumas have started to garner momentum here early.
Yeah, and if you're the Sidewinders, this is where you take your deep shot. You've only taken a couple tonight, 2 to 3 times. Do it again.
CJ Williams in motion across from left to right. It's a handoff. This one going up the field. He breaks it. Down the field go the Sidewinders. What a run for number 29. That is Gerald Johnson. What a run.
Usually those plays don't work. And he gained about 7 yards and was going to get taken down, but ends up making another cut and runs upfield for even more yardage. Carried a couple of Pumas defenders with him, and he just made a good play. I don't know what else to say about it.
Excuse me, that was Torrey Gray on the run. Torrey Gray from Chicago, who we were just talking about, is now getting the bulk of the carries as CJ Williams moves over. And this one's right back to Gray. Up the field he goes, churning his legs, getting a lot of yardage, moving the pile is Gray. And he's giving them a little bit of juice here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Gray is starting to stand like Ashton Ginty quite a bit. He's just standing up tall, hands to his side, and just reading out where the line of scrimmage is going to go and read where his gaps are. You're seeing a lot of running backs around the country at all levels start to stand like him.
Okay, so we're going to have an illegal shift on the offense. Sorry you guys couldn't hear him there. An illegal shift, so that will negate the run from Gray and will set up 1st and long for the Sidewinders.
That's going to be 1st and 15. You may as well go back to what got you to this point, and that is going back to your tailbacks. Keep running the ball in order to open up your offense and allow some more creativity to come in.
All right. Darling in the shotgun now. Sends a man in motion. High snap. Darling looks over to his right. That one's tipped up in the air and falls incomplete. I don't know if Darling really, that was more of a line drive throw. I think he hit a player in the helmet. I don't know if that one was actually tipped by hand, but a great play by this Puma defense.
Yeah, doinked off the helmet of one of the D tackles for the Pumas and just went flying in the air where no one was going to be able to grab it.
2nd and 15 now for the Sidewinders. The offense really trying to get going through the passing game here. But I would give this one to Gray if I were them. Gray's been looking great back there in the backfield after taking over the bulk of carries. He is to the right of Darling. CJ Williams in motion like he is every single play. And it is to Gray. There he goes down the field. A big gain. There goes Gray out towards the 22-yard line. And he's going to pick up close to a 1st down for the Sidewinders. A great run.
Another long situation for the Pumas defense, and they gave up another big run. They're prepared more for the pass than they are the run game, and the Sidewinders have recognized that. So again, go back to your tailbacks and start giving them the ball and pound the rock.
All right, it's going to set up. Oh, it was a 1st down for the Sidewinders, excuse me. A great run from Gray there. As 1st and 10 for the Sidewinders, a huge play for them to keep the momentum going. CJ Williams over in motion, and we're going to get a timeout from Darling as a little bit of confusion was going on there at that line of scrimmage. And it's always good to talk this one over. 8:45 remaining in this 2nd quarter. We've had a good one this far and a good drive here from the Sidewinders.
Yeah, now this is starting to turn into a more balanced game. And like you mentioned, this is starting to turn into a good drive, mainly due to Gray. Gray has been the offense so far on this drive, so you may as well just keep giving him the ball. And with any running back, the more you give him the ball, the better the running back is going to do.
Also, a little shout out to the offensive line of the Sidewinders. They have been making holes for Gray back there. It's been a bit of a dominant performance here just on this drive, but it's getting them going.
Yeah, all those big boys up front are absolutely demolishing the line. There have been some plays where they got beat by the Pumas defensive line, but they've won most of the battles. But at the end of the day, it's not about who wins the battles, it's who wins the war.
All right. 1st and 10 will be set up for the Sidewinders. A drive that's looked so good, both in the air and on the ground. Flags have altered a bit, just like they've really altered this game as a whole entirely. We've seen estimated probably combined at least 20 flags, I would think, at this point. But that's JUCO football. These guys hate each other. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call it that, sure, but it's nice to see that in the 2nd quarter so far, there hasn't been as many flags and penalties as the 1st quarter, because that 1st quarter took a very long time. So I'm sure the washer's probably full, and they can't put any more in there.
Darling now surveying the field, looks over to his right, pump fakes, back to his left. He's going to take off as a runner, and there he goes. He's got an open hole, slides down, takes out a defender, as both the quarterback and the guy who made the tackle are down, but both are getting up. A great play for the Sidewinders and a great decision by Darling to take off and run there.
Well, Darling saw the matchup that Dylan White had on the outside, and it wasn't what he wanted. So he ran to his left, and Dylan White actually made a cut and turned his go route into a post, and he got wide open, but Darling didn't see him and just slid, and you can see White, he when the play was over, he slowed down and he went, oh man, that was it.
Great play for the Sidewinders as it will be 2nd and short here for them, about 2nd and 4. And they were running the same formation they've run about, it feels like, the entire game, as they're going to hand it off to Gray, and Gray is being dragged from the back, but he's able to still keep his legs churning. That was number 7 of the Pumas, Talon Jensen, who was into the backfield to try to make the tackle, but Gray keeps the strong legs moving to still get a positive yardage.
Yeah, these Sidewinder running backs are just, they don't know when to quit running. The only time they know when to quit running is when they're down on the ground. But either way, I mean, the defender there for the Pumas, like you said, number 7, Talon Jensen, was holding on for dear life and brought him down with the help of his other teammates.
Huge 3rd and 3 here for both teams. For the Pumas, they're trying to get the Sidewinders off the field and get this ball back to tie it up. We are now under 7 minutes remaining in this second quarter. The second quarter moving by a lot faster than the first. But a huge play here for both teams as the Sidewinders are going to go 4 wide. Williams runs across, and it's a slant across the middle, and that one's batted down. A great play from the defense of the Pumas.
Sheesh, that ball went flying everywhere. It hit something really hard and bounced back, as they had to stop the play completely because the helmet went flying off of one of the Sidewinders' offensive linemen. But a physical play from both sides overall, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it.
4th and 3, why not? Who knows if they have who knows if they have a lot of trust in the kicker to make it from here, but they are going to send the kicking unit on.
That's the second time now where they've kept the offense out there for a while and then brought on the field goal unit.
So it will be Singh that will line up here, Michael Singh, that will line up to kick a field goal.
This is his first attempt of the night.
It's going to be about a 43-yard field goal for the Sidewinders.
Oh my goodness.
A bit of confusion on the Sidewinder special teams unit as they don't really know their blocking assignments here.
Yeah, special teams coach is saying other side.
The kick is off. It's up. Does it have the distance and the length? It is good. What a kick from Michael Singh to put the Sidewinders back up 2 scores.
Great kick by Singh. It just went through the bottom of the crossbar. That's a pretty hard kick to make too, because he had 3 guys trying to go get the block and they all fell and had their arms up in the air. Great kick and a good way to extend the lead, 17-6.
All right. Some takeaways from that drive. What do you think, Ethan?
It was good until the end. I mean, they stalled out, but at least they got points on the board. You got to be happy with any kind of points you can come away from an offensive drive. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to be consistent. You have to be consistent overall with your run game, and they got to a critical point where they were able to put up a touchdown, just couldn't execute. But still be proud of getting down the field and putting up 3.
This will be kicked off now by Gutierrez of the Sidewinders, a few men deep for the Pumas that are going to be chasing a little bit here. Downs 2 scores again, but the offense looked so good their last time out. Nonetheless, it should be a chance for them to go down there and score again.
We'll see how the Pumas respond here, because their defense is now starting to get a little more comfortable and making decent stops. So they've got to be able to reciprocate that effort.
Gutierrez kicks it off, a good boot down the field. This one is received around the 5-yard line and brought out. The return over to the right. We have a flag in the backfield. This one's going to come back, but regardless, it's a great return. We have another flag. We have 3 flags and a big hit. It was a great return by Brandon Krisner, the Williamsfield product, but we have flags and laundry all over the field.
We have 2 flags at the 35. We have 1 at the 10 and 1 over here at the 40, at the 45 as well. There are 4 total flags on the field. So we're going to probably have 3 different penalties most likely. And we are going to once again have another long discussion. Maybe not, actually. It looks like they're going to settle it pretty quickly.
If this is offsetting penalties, we could see the kick kicked again. But there was definitely a hold in the back on the Pumas. So this one, we know there will at least be 1 on them. We'll see if there was offsetting and 1 on the Sidewinders as well. The refs having a little bit of a chat here.
It'd be nice to see Brandon return another kick again. He may as well start it up again. That was an electric return, like you mentioned. Got all the way to the 35-yard line of the Sidewinders. Let's see what the call is here.
During the return, holding, return team. That penalty is declined. Block in the back, return team number 38. That penalty made first down.
We have 2 penalties on the play on the Pumas. A hold, which was declined, and a block in the back, which is accepted. So not great field position for the Pumas, but a chance for them to go down there and make this a closer game.
Well, when you're an explosive offense like the Pumas are, you've got to be able to try and make plays wherever you are on the field. You could be at your own 1. You could be at the 40 of the Sidewinders. Any good offense or efficient offense has to be able to work with what they have. And if they can't right here and allow another score for the Sidewinders, it's not going to be good for them.
The Pumas are going to take over from the 8-yard line. Not great field position for them. This is a chance for the Sidewinders to really make a stop and put an imprint on the second quarter. Same quarterback back in. It's Newman, who took over on last drive for the Pumas. He'll hand it off now as the running back's going to break it out to the outside and get a big gain. That is number 2, Jay Martin Jr., who once again is getting the ball.
Yeah, Jay Martin Jr., we haven't said his name in a little bit because they've taken the ball away from him. But, again, they got him bouncing on the outside like they did in the first quarter on the first play of their first offensive drive. You may as well just keep doing that because that's really been the big thing that's been working for the Pumas.
It was a first down for the Pumas. The offense starting to find rhythm now with Xavier Newman in the backfield, the Hamilton product. He'll take the snap here, hand it right back off to Martin Jr., but that one going absolutely nowhere. In on the play was number 15, Logan Gardea, and we've seen him all over the place tonight.
Yeah, and he did a little dance afterwards, too, giving the shimmy shake on that tackle for loss. But that's not the way they wanted to run for the Pumas. They didn't want to run Martin Jr. up the middle. He's been doing much better at running outside. This front 4, technically front 7, for the Sidewinders are ready for those A and B gap runs.
2nd and 13 for the Pumas. Edwards steps up in the pocket. Is he going to run? He will. He's going to take off, and he's still going to throw it. He has a man wide open. It's Cook down the field. There goes Cook, and he's brought down out around the 50-yard line. Cameron Cook. It looked like definitely Newman was going to take off and run, but still behind the line of scrimmage, able to find the wide open receiver.
It looked like he ran past the line of scrimmage there, but the refs are saying it was legal, so made a good aware. That's now the second pass we've seen right at the line of scrimmage with the quarterback stepping up and making a big-time play to his big-time receiver in Cook.
Cameron Cook having a hell of a game thus far for the Pumas. Been a big offensive source here, but mainly Xavier Newman at quarterback has given this team the spark they need thus far.
Yeah, he's been very mobile tonight, too.
Newman from the gun now is going to take the snap. He'll hand this one to Martin Jr. Martin Jr. is going to cut it and go upfield. We have a flag in the backfield, and now 2 flags on 2 separate occasions. We'll see where these go. That was actually to Jeremiah Huckabee, excuse me. The 5 and the 2 looking a little similar.
Yeah, they have very similar run styles here. Very aggressive and able to take guys with them while they're running.
Refs chatting this one over.
Holding. Offense number 62. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
So that will be a hold on the offense. Number 62, Jacob Wigington from Alabama, coming from way out with the hold on that play. So that sets back a really good run from Huckabee.
Yeah, something to mention about the Pumas is that unlike the Sonoran Sidewinders, they have a diverse amount of players from different places. You've got players that grew up from Texas, Utah, Missouri, Chicago, you name it. They have players from all around the country, and it's nice to see two different style teams when it comes to having players come from certain hometowns.
1st and 15 now for the Pumas, as Newman will send a receiver in motion now. Newman looking over to his left. It's received by Cook. Cook breaks a tackle, but is brought down by another, and they don't even get back to the line of scrimmage on that screenplay. A great swarm by the Sidewinders.
Yeah, they ran that play earlier in the game. It's just not really working well for them. Those outside bubble screens for their wide receivers. It doesn't matter who they have over there. The Sidewinders have been able to bring so much pressure, and they're ready to break those plays up.
2nd and 20 now, a loss of 5, give or take, by the Pumas on that play. A great play by the Sidewinders. Let's see what they can get going on this play. Maybe use the legs of Newman, and here he goes. He's rolling out. That's actually Parsons back in the field. A great spin move. He's got a receiver deep, and it's caught? Was that caught by Christner?
They're calling in a catch.
What a catch as Parsons was back in at quarterback on that play. What a spin move to get that ball out as well.
QB and receiver made such great athletic plays. Parsons scrambles down, makes a spin, and just says, oh, Chrysler's down there somewhere, and just chucks the ball down, and Chrysler had to change his body 180 degrees and barely secured the catch. What a great play by both players.
Laying out for the catch was Christner as Parsons stays in the game for the Pumas. Takes the snap, looks over to his right, going to go to the end zone. That one's caught. Not to the end zone, excuse me, a little short. Thought he was going to the receiver back there, as that one's caught by Cook. Cook making his imprint still on this possession.
Good catch by Cook. We're going to stop the play here. It's like a timeout.
We have a 2-minute warning. It is hit the 2-minute warning here. At the end of the second quarter, we are coming close to it, but the Pumas are moving the ball to try to make this a one-possession game again. We'll be right back after this quick stoppage.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Gutierrez and I'll be interning with the Varsity Sports Show this upcoming fall semester with the broadcast team. I'm a current rising junior at the Arizona State University Walter Cronkite School of Journalism studying sports journalism. During my 3 years at the Cronkite School, I've been able to cover multiple sports with the Sun Devils, including volleyball, basketball, and baseball this last spring. During my time, I've learned valuable skills both in front and behind the camera, helping expand my passion for the love of sports. I'm very excited to work with my peers this upcoming fall to not only better myself, but help better themselves to become all-around good journalists.
Hi, I'm Adam Maggard, and I'm excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team this semester. Over the next 4 months, I'll be covering high school and junior college sports across Arizona. From Friday Night Lights to heated rivalries, I'll be bringing you highlights, interviews, and the stories that make local sports so exciting. What I love most about sports is the passion, the community.
Welcome back to Independence High School here as Newman is back in on the play for the Pumas as he completes the pass to Cook. A little bit of a rush there, but a yard is gained by the Pumas on that play.
Now, Sidewinder fans, I know this is our first home game.
That'll stop the clock with a gain of 1 yard. That'll set up 2nd and goal here for the Pumas and a huge opportunity for them as well.
This is where we need
Now they can they can really make the opportunity happen here to make it back into a one-possession game. And they try to go with a play action rollout right there. And they got a couple yards on the play, but they're not looking for a couple yards. They're looking for 6 to 7 here to go score.
Parsons is back in at quarterback at this play for the Pumas, so they're alternating QBs. It's a handoff here to Huckabee. Huckabee makes his way into the end zone for a Puma touchdown. What a cut and what a run by Huckabee.
Now that was a great run by Huckabee. He went left, made 2 cuts to the right, found his gap, and rolled right into the end zone for the score. And the Pumas are right back in it.
It looks like they're going to go for 2 here to try to make this a 3-point game. I saw players holding up the deuces up to the sky, so we'll see if they do go for 2. They're keeping the offense on the field, so they will. Smart decision here from Coach Strother.
Yeah, it's a logical decision. You may as well, especially with 1:50 left. I mean, it's always nice to take the extra point, but when you can make it a 3-point game, why not go for it?
huge play in this game that could result in a lot of different play calling late. A 3-point game is so much different than a five-point game.
You got Parsons at QB here.
Parsons staying on the field. They've been alternating all day, it seems like. The 2-point conversion from the 2-yard, from the 3 now. Parsons looks over to his left, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete, but there is a flag once again. We'll see what's called. It's in the backfield, though, so we'll see if this one comes back.
Looked like pretty good coverage to me, so this is probably going to be somewhere around the QB pocket. Didn't look like there was much tugging there on that target there, so we'll see.
Try is no good. No foul for roughing the passer.
No foul for roughing the passer on the play. The try is no good from the Pumas, so this stays a 5-point game. Another good try, but they're not able to cap it off with an extra point or a 2-point conversion, so 2 touchdowns results in 12 points for the Pumas. But the offense has really gotten going, especially with the dynamic of 2 quarterbacks now that are keeping the defense on their toes.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're doing that because it gives you 2 different styles of how they can run the offense, whether it's having a mobile quarterback in and then another one that can throw really deep. They have 2 athletic QBs that are able to make plays, and it's really cool to see that 2 quarterbacks can agree on the fact that they can both be out there in the same game on multiple possessions.
All right. It will be Reyes that'll get, or excuse me, not Reyes, but it will be the Pumas who are going to get ready here to kick off. Back to the Sidewinders. Yeah, it is Colton Reyes. Had a bit of a squib kick his last time up that was almost muffed by the Sidewinders. Could have been really bad for them, but a chance here to kick this one deep and reclaim himself from that one. As he does, he boots this one way back as there is a flag on the play already. And this one was returned way back by the Sidewinders and brought down around the 25-yard line is number 7, Kieran Earhart. But we're going to see what the flag is again on this play.
We've already said it once before. We've lost count on the penalties that have been thrown tonight, and we're not even at halftime yet. So now a few are the Sidewinders here on offense. Obviously, the goal is to try and get points before the end of the half. But how do you do it? Well, they haven't taken too many deep shots tonight. They haven't taken many since the first quarter. And you don't want to go score too quickly because you'll give the Pumas a chance to potentially get points as well. So there's a lot to think about on this drive. So the refs are still discussing what the penalty is here. Now you got Pumas head coach really frustrated trying to figure out why haven't you guys gotten a penalty figured out yet.
On the kick, illegal numbering, kicking team. 2 number 7s on the field. That penalty will be enforced for the end of the run. First down.
2 number 7s on the field, illegal numbering. We have every flag on the board tonight. And this is ridiculous.
We really have. I mean, it's okay to have, they had the right number of players on there, but like you mentioned, you had 2 players with the same number out there because they, on our rosters, there are multiple players that have certain numbers, like you got number 7 on defense and offense, Talon Jensen and Cameron Fowler. So they both popped out there, and it doesn't seem like it's legal to have 2 players with the same number out on the field.
All right, here we go. 1:41 left in the second quarter. A huge drive for the Sidewinders to try to go up 2 possessions once again. This Puma team has finally started to find rhythm after a slow start. They've been able to find their offense through a dynamic 2 quarterback set. On the other hand, this Sidewinder offense has been a lot of running the ball, right? Besides the big pass to C.J. Williams that got him down to the 1. in the first quarter. It's been a lot of successful running from Gray. And
yeah, now they have Isaiah Torrejos out there, freshman from Ironwood. That went to Ironwood High School.
Here's the snap. Darling looks deep. He's throwing it way down. Was that caught? No, it wasn't. Incomplete, just out of bounds. He had a step so close. But no cigar for Earnhardt.
Oh, it was a missed opportunity for Earnhardt. It was a really tight and good throw. He had it in his hands, but when he came down, the ball popped out and went incomplete. Oh, he's gonna want to have that. He's gonna want to have that one back for sure.
All right, 2nd and 10 here for the Sidewinders. 1:35. You got to have the clock a little bit in your head as well here too. A chance to really bleed it down, but you don't want to give the Pumas the ball back a lot of time. Darling scribbles out to his right. It's a screen pass that is caught by Gray coming out of the backfield. Excuse me, that is not Gray. That is Michael Anthony, the freshman from Cortez High School in Gilbert.
Now we got a timeout here by the Pumas.
The Pumas are going to call their second timeout of the game. And they know this is a chance for them to get the ball back and try to maybe, put something up before halftime.
Yeah, and again, another screen pass for one of these teams has been shut down. The screen plays really haven't been working well tonight at all. And the Sidewinders tried to run one there, and it didn't get blown up, but it just was poorly executed. And now, again, like you said, the Pumas use their second timeout, and if they get a stop here, use another one and get the ball back with a little more than a minute to go.
For the Pumas, this is a huge opportunity for them to, make a big stop and really get some momentum going their way, as if they felt it. The offense has really started to get going, but this Sidewinder offense themselves just will not go away. And for the Puma defense, you got to make a stop eventually. 17 points in the first half. It's been a bit of an undisciplined first half as well, especially on both sides. The football's been a little bit of crazy when it's been played, but nonetheless, a chance for them to make a big stop and get their humming offense back on the field.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do here on this third down, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if they ran the ball here. And it looks like they have tailback number 32, like you said, Michael Anthony out there from Cortez High School. So we'll see if they hand it off.
In the shotgun, Gray to the right of Darling. Darling takes a snap, bit of a high snap, but he's able to get it. Throws over to the right. That one is dropped. The throw was a little bit behind. It was a little bit behind the number 7, Kieran Earnhardt, but he's not able to haul it in. This is going to set up a punting situation for the Sidewinders, and for the Pumas, 1:15 left, one timeout. Let's go take the lead.
Yeah, and that's the second drop by Earnhardt on that drive, and he pounded the ground in frustration because that was his redemption chance from the last deep pass drop that he had. And unfortunately, he made the same mistake, and that drop allowed the Pumas to keep their last time out, and now they have the opportunity to go down the field and maybe put up some more points.
It looks like it's going to be Cook that's back for the Pumas, ready to receive this one. He's been so electric all night on punt return and kick return. We'll see if he can set the Pumas up in great field position here.
He is very elusive.
The punt just gets off, and this is going to be right to him. Cook comes up to receive it, makes a juke over to his left. What a move towards midfield now. Cook is going to find himself out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. Great field position for the Pumas to make some noise before halftime.
How in the world did Cook's ankles not get broken right there? He came up, he had to run forward about 7 or 8 yards there to secure the catch, and he saw 2 Sidewinders ready to hit him. And once he made his stops and cut left, they also made the stops and cut left. I have no idea how he didn't go down right there on that play. Good awareness by Cook and a good play to make something out of nothing in a 2v1 situation.
You know, Ethan, I'm really happy right now because we have had 3 successive plays without a penalty, and this game is moving.
Finally. Some consistency.
It's going to be Parsons in the backfield here for the Pumas. A chance for them to really get closer in this game. Parsons rolling out, goes towards the sideline, and that one is caught on the sideline by number 0, Christner. And the passing game has come alive here for the Pumas.
Yeah, great offensive line protection there to give the QB1 the time to make the read and throw. And it's a good, secure catch that went out of bounds. And we have a little less than a minute to go.
59.4 seconds to be exact, as this Sidewinder crowd starting to make a little bit of noise now. Parsons rolling out to his left, using his legs. Is he going to throw it? No, he wanted to, but the pump fake kind of works. He makes a spin move and is able to gain about 6 yards, 7 yards, but he was down. Did he get out of bounds? No, he didn't, so there'll be 49.3, or yeah, he did. So there'll be 49.3 seconds left in this game. Plenty of time to work here for the Pumas, and another chunk play for the Pumas offensively from Parsons.
Good awareness by Parsons, but he was waiting a long time to make a throw, and he ended up stopping and accelerated super quickly to get a solid gain.
You've noticed here they've really started to use his legs to get him out of the pocket, and it's working really well for them.
Yeah, they have.
Parsons now using them again. He's going to throw it downfield, and that one's just out of bounds. The throw short, that was intended for Franklin, who had the great touchdown catch earlier in the game. Just a little bit of an underthrow there from Parsons on the run. Couldn't get his full arm into it.
Oh, DJ Franklin, he knew he was going to have that. He knew he was going to have that catch, but unfortunately it wasn't the best throw. And he looked at the ground and just pounded it. He was like, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it.
Dang it is right. And it's 3rd and 6 for the Pumas. A huge play with 43 seconds remaining in this game.
Watch the deep shot here.
The fans are making noise tonight. It's a bad snap. Parsons has to pick it up, and he is still on his feet, and he's brought down just before the first down marker. We have a flag. We have flags after the play and extracurriculars, and this is going to be on the Pumas, on one of their offensive linemen, probably for unnecessary roughness after the play.
Yeah, he was thrown to the ground after the play was over, and the Sidewinder defender was looking all over the place for a flag, and once it came out, he got excited. So you had a muff snap. Not a big gain on the play, if not a loss, and now a penalty to add on to that, disrupting the momentum of the Pumas.
We'll see what the call is here. Ref's talking it over a little bit, or a lot. It's been that way all night.
I know, they've had some very, probably about a minute to 2 minute discussions on most of the penalties tonight.
A long conversation here from this officiating crew. It looks like it was after the play, but let's talk about the quarterback, Parsons, for the Pumas, able to stay on his feet there and just try to get some positive yardage. He is so elusive.
Yeah, he is, and Parsons has just been able to make plays outside of the pocket a lot. The problem, though, is that his first read usually hasn't been there, so he's had to extend the play and roll out, and he's been doing a good job at making the original play last a little longer, but only certain QBs are going to be able to do that for so long. So, because at some point, the Sidewinders will probably send in more pressure in order to get to the elusive QB.
The ref coming over to talk to Coach Chad Monson here, kind of asking him what he wants to do with this penalty, as it was after the play. So this could really help the Siderunners here in garnering good field position before the end of the half with 35 seconds remaining. We'll see what the call is here from the head ref.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 51 offense. That'll be enforced in the end of the run. 4th down. Sonoran has declined the 10-second runoff.
Looks like it was a personal foul there for, now it's going to be 4th down at the 50.
4th down at the 50, punting territory obviously for the Pumas. The Sidewinders, I'm not sure what they can do with one timeout, and it will be under 30 seconds when they get this ball back. But you never know. This offense has tried to take the top off a bit, but such a running heavy offense. We'll see C.J. Williams, the all-elusive C.J. Williams, the all-in-motion, all-game C.J. Williams, is back to receive this one for the Sidewinders on 4th and 20. It is punted, and what a punt this is. C.J. Williams having to go get it, and he touched it and almost goes out of bounds. He's still able to get yardage here. He cuts back across to the other side of the field. C.J. Williams gets past the defenders. There he goes, C.J. Williams. What a return of about 23 yards. What the heck? So athletic, C.J. Williams.
Yeah, my jaw dropped when he touched it at the 4-yard line, and I thought he was just going to run out of bounds, but once he secured it at the 1, he pivoted and made multiple plays to get his offense outside of the 1-yard line and get all the way to what looks like the 21-yard line. A little bit of a scare in the beginning, but he still made a decent play and a decent return.
If you're looking for a negative on that, it's the fact that it took 20 seconds. So 15 seconds are now remaining for the Sidewinders, and maybe run this play out. I really doubt they're going to take a kneel here, but we'll see. You never know with junior college football. It's been a night of flags, a lot of craziness, and an almost 2-hour first half. They are just going to kneel this one out in the Sidewinders and take this one to halftime with an impressive 17-12 lead. Unless they run some crazy fake there, that would be kind of impressive, to be honest. As Darling eventually takes the knee kind of to the side and knees it down. So we are going to head to halftime with the Sidewinders leading this one 17-12. Ethan, what are some main takeaways for you from this first half?
Both sides really need to clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
That's definitely the first thing. There's been so many flags thrown tonight, and I'm sure that both teams are going to go into the locker room, and that's going to be the first thing they point out.
As we are going to head down to the field to our field correspondent, Anissa Reynolds.
Independence High School in Arizona with Vince Delicio, and we're going to be talking about this HJCAC game that we're here for. So, Vince, what do some of these players have to look forward to recruiting-wise?
Well, recruiting-wise, you're in the state of Arizona. I was going through the rosters tonight for both teams, and for the Sonoran Sidewinders, out of 52 players, 3 are from outside of the state of Arizona. This is an Arizona league. With the other team, with the Papago Pumas, you had 7 on the roster from outside of the state of Arizona out of 55 players. So we are really pushing this league as being born and bred in the state of Arizona. The coaches born and bred in the state of Arizona. High school players across the state of Arizona. It doesn't matter what corner of the map you're from, whether you're from the White Mountain area, from Coconino County, Mojave County, from Yuma, Maricopa County, wherever you are, guys, this is a league you should consider to get some extra mentoring and development.
And what's the competition like in all these games that we've been covering so far?
Well, I tell you what, you're playing against guys that are Division I caliber, Division II, Division III, NAIA caliber guys, all blended together. And I've seen this formula. It works. There's a genuine opportunity here to grow and to develop.
Any other pros to, joining this league and coming out here to play some football?
Tuition. It's junior college tuition, guys. You're enrolled in one of the Maricopa community colleges. You're paying really low tuition rates. You're getting extra mentoring, a couple of years of development, and the recent legislation of junior college eligibility not applying toward 4-year eligibility. It's a win-win situation. You've got to give the HJCAC a look, particularly if you want to stay close to home, stay in the state of Arizona, get some extra growth, some extra mentoring. You can't be beat.
And those games will be covered with Varsity Sports. I'm Anissa Reynolds with Varsity Sports.
Thank you so much, Anissa, our uber-talented silent reporter there with Vince, the head of the Varsity Sports Show. And for us, we are going to send this one to break. It has been a hell of a first half, but we will catch you guys on the other side. Stay tuned for a good second half of junior college football. We'll be right back.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohen with Varsity Sports Radio. I'm so excited to be bringing you a video recap this week. This week, I'll be doing a preview of the Arizona versus Iowa State football game, which will be happening this Saturday in Ames, Iowa. This is really going to be a very exciting game as both teams are currently undefeated and one of only several teams in the Big 12 to be undefeated. The Arizona Wildcats being 3-0, the Iowa State Cyclones being 4-0. One of the big highlights of this game is definitely the two quarterbacks, Noah Fafita for the Arizona Wildcats and Rocco Becht for the Iowa State Cyclones. It's definitely going to be a huge back and forth matchup. Personally, for me, I am very excited for this matchup as I am currently a student at the University of Arizona, and I'm so excited to just watch this game and to watch these two undefeated teams duke it out. I am very, very excited to see what happens. I'm hopeful that Arizona is going to win, but Iowa State's offense and their defense has been clicking on all cylinders ever since their first game, and it's certainly going to be a very interesting matchup to see how Arizona, who's had a really good start to this season, matches up against Iowa State, which has also had a very good start to its season. And I'm really, really hoping that everyone tunes in this Saturday. The game is going to be broadcasted on ESPN, and I'm really, really hoping you guys just tune in and watch because it's going to be an epic matchup between two undefeated teams and two very competitive teams in the Big 12 Conference, and I'm very, very excited for everyone to watch it. Thank you guys so much for listening to this video recap, and I hope to see you next time with more content of Varsity Sports Radio.
Hi, my name is Heaven Cook, and I'm here reporting live for Varsity Sports. Today, we're going to be talking.
Hello, everybody. My name is Antonio Gutierrez here with the Varsity Sports Show, and today we'll be talking about the Horizon Huskies and their elite rushing offense. They run a three-back set led by seniors Bodie Zamorano and Johnny Issett, with freshman running back Dylan Brush playing a vital role as well. Bodie Zamorano is one of the many stars on this Horizon offense. The all-time leading rusher at Horizon has been a 4-year starter and has started out his senior campaign on fire, averaging just over 125 yards a game on the ground. His physical running style has helped him find the end zone 4 times as well this young season.
It's going up very quickly. It's going to be a handoff to Bodie Zamorano up the middle, and he's going to cruise into the end zone.
To go along with the physicality of Zamorano, senior back Johnny Issett provides a spark plug of insane speed out of the backfield. His explosiveness is seen all over the field as he is the return man for the Huskies, as well as lining up as the wideout occasionally as well.
7 seconds to go. It's going to be a handoff to John Issett up the gut, and Issett is off to the races. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Horizon touchdown, John Issett.
And if all of that wasn't enough, here's freshman running back Dylan Brush.
To the left of the formation, it's going to be a handoff to Dylan Brush. He's going to take it up the middle, and he's going to score a Horizon touchdown. Dylan Brush.
Brush is an all-around back that adds another layer to this already deep Husky offense. He has 21 carries on the year with 5 touchdowns, averaging more than 12 yards a carry.
Dylan Brush is going to take this carry. He's got a little room. He might break through it. He does at the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Horizon. Touchdown, Dylan Brush.
His skills were on full display in their most recent game against McClintock on September 25th, where Brush ran for 3 touchdowns, including a 70-yard run, the longest by a Husky this season.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohn with Varsity Sports Radio, bringing you the best that sports has to offer. I am so thrilled to be providing you guys with another video recap, and this week I'll be previewing the Arizona versus Oklahoma State football game, which will be happening this upcoming Saturday. Coming into this game, Arizona is considered a heavy favorite despite their devastating loss last week to Iowa State. They are considered the top favorite against a very troubling Oklahoma State team, which has struggled a lot this season. They are so far just 1-3 so far this season. Oklahoma State had a poor season last year in 2024, and their regular season woes continue here in 2025. It's going to be very interesting to see how Arizona rebounds from a very, very tough loss to Iowa State. Some of the big highlights for both teams include, for Arizona, quarterback Noah Fafita continues to dominate, continues to be a marvel and a phenomenon for the Arizona Wildcats offense, despite that tough loss to Iowa State. And for Oklahoma State, though, the troubles continue as they have allowed 35 points in total this entire season, and we're not even halfway through the season yet. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Arizona and Oklahoma State match up against one another. But Arizona is considered a very, very, very big favorite in this matchup. And so we'll see how both teams go about this game. But Arizona is expected to completely dominate Oklahoma State, and we'll see what happens. And I wish the best of luck to the Wildcats, me being from the University of Arizona. So thank you guys so much for listening to this video recap, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Evelyn Battis with Varsity Sports Show, and I'm here to give you a quick recap of the ASU versus number 24 ranked TCU football game from last weekend. Last weekend, ASU came out on top after an incredible comeback performance. In fact, it was the biggest comeback versus a ranked opponent in program history. TCU started the game strong with a touchdown by number 6, Trent Battle, in the first quarter, a touchdown by number 26, Jeremy Payne, in the second quarter, and a field goal by number 99, Nate McCashlin, to bring TCU to that 17-0 lead with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. It all turned around when ASU's Sam Levitt threw a huge touchdown pass to Jordan Tyson, bringing the Sun Devils back into the game just before halftime. Levitt finished out the half with an impressive run and rushing touchdown, proving himself to be an incredibly versatile QB1 for the Devils. In the beginning of the third quarter, TCU's Josh Hoover got his team down the field quickly with a huge pass to number 14, Joseph Manjack. However, ASU had a massive interception soon after, which eventually led to a successful field goal kick by Jesus Gomez to tie up the game 17-17. TCU responded almost immediately after that with another touchdown, bringing the score to 24-17, but Raleek Brown on ASU came up strong in the fourth quarter for some huge yard-gaining plays, which eventually led ASU to the 4-yard line on 4th and goal with 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining in the game. This is where Levitt came up huge and threw a dime to Tyson for another Sun Devil touchdown. ASU didn't let the Horned Frogs get far in their drive before sacking Hoover and forcing a fumble that gave ASU possession again just seconds after they scored. To hopefully secure the game, Jesus Gomez scored another field goal to make the Sun Devils lead 27-24. When everyone thought there was still a chance from TCU, Martell Hughes sealed the deal with an interception from Hoover with only 44 seconds left in the game. What an incredible game to watch. Again, I'm Evelyn Battis with Varsity Sports Show, and I hope you enjoyed this recap of the ASU versus TCU football game last weekend.
Hi, I'm Adam Maggard of the Varsity Sports Show, and tonight we spotlight the Phoenix Mercury, who just punched their ticket to the WNBA Finals after an unforgettable playoff run. The Mercury sealed the deal in Game 4, knocking off the top-seeded Minnesota Lynx 86-81. Phoenix stormed back from 13 down in the second half, electrifying the home crowd and locking in a 3-1 series win. It was the kind of comeback that defined their season, gritty, relentless, and clutch when it mattered most. Alyssa Thomas set the tone with her all-around dominance, while Satu Sabali delivered some of her best playoff games with 23 points in Game 3 and 21 in the clincher. Kalia Klopper brought the extra punch, her finals MVP experience shining through when Phoenix needed buckets the most. As the 4th seed, Phoenix had to scrap. They edged out the New York Liberty in round 1, then stunned Minnesota on the road with a 19-point comeback in Game 2 to force overtime and eventually get the win. Under coach Nate Tibbetts, the Mercury have showed poise under pressure, now headed into their 6th finals appearance in franchise history. Las Vegas edged out Indiana in dramatic fashion, winning Game 5 in overtime to clinch their finals spot. Now the Mercury gets set to face the Aces when the first ever best-of-7 WNBA Finals tips off Friday, October 3rd. The Valley is buzzing. Your Phoenix Mercury are finals bound. Their resilience has carried them this far. Now a championship is just 4 wins away. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Adam Maggard reporting.
The 2025 MLB playoffs are officially underway with a wide open field featuring the Philadelphia Phillies, Los Angeles Dodgers, and New York Yankees as all top contenders to win the World Series. You can't count out the number 1 seeds in the Milwaukee Brewers, Toronto Blue Jays, and Seattle Mariners, as they all have first-round byes and are also viable options to win the World Series. The format consists of a wild card series, a division series, championship series, and eventually, ultimately, the grand prize, the World Series. Factors like injuries, bullpen volatility, and team hotness are crucial parts for predicting success in the playoffs, and no one can predict health. With most experts predicting the Philadelphia Phillies as their World Series champions, it's anyone's team's year. And as we've seen in previous years, it's not always about the team that has the most success in the regular season. It's about the team that can just get in and ride that momentum and success to a World Series championship. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Ryan Gaylord.
Week 5 of the NFL season is upon us, which also means that there is more chaos upon us here in the NFL. My name is Jacob Nolby here for Varsity Sports Show, and today I'll be running through a quick 2 minutes of the Week 5 in the NFL and some of the key matchups you should be looking forward to come Sunday. Some of them feature 2 hot offenses, some feature 2 hot defenses. All matchups from the Sunday we'll be talking about here tonight. October is here, and so games start to mean a little more as the weather gets colder throughout the country, and boy oh boy do we have some meaningful games coming up this Sunday. We start our Sunday early across the pond with the Vikings taking on the Browns in a game where both teams are coming off losses but have the ability to really turn some heads with 2 good defense overall. Vikings are staying overseas following their Week 4 loss in Dublin to the Steelers. The Broncos are coming off a dominant win on Monday Night Football against the Bengals and will look to continue off of that win as they head into Philly to take on the defending Super Bowl champs in what should be a great game in all phases. Bo Nix has been having a great season so far and should be a huge matchup in the early window of games. The Commanders will travel to the West Coast, take on the Chargers, who are both coming off losses, and both teams look to bounce back and get themselves back into the win column in the early season in the late window. On Sunday night, we have an AFC East showdown between the Bills and Patriots. New England coming into this game off a dominant win against Carolina, but will be up for a much taller task against the undefeated Bills led by Josh Allen in upstate New York, and how will Drake May overcome Bills Mafia in a tough environment on primetime. We conclude Week 5 in Duval County as the Chiefs take on the Jaguars on Monday night, as both teams are coming off impressive wins and should be set up for 2 high-powered offenses going toe-to-toe on primetime. The Chiefs are in a pivotal game to getting back into the AFC West race as for the Jags. They are neck to neck with the Colts for the division, so look for both sides to come out with their best football come Monday night. Week 5 is set to be a good one, as I will be sitting down all the way beginning in Sunday morning as the Browns take on the Vikings in London, all the way towards Monday night as the Chiefs take on the Jaguars in Duval County. All matchups throughout the week should be amazing, and it's going to be something you're not going to want to miss. Once again, for Varsity Sports Show, I'm Jacob Nolby reporting.
Hello folks, J.R. Lambright here, in the deepest heart of the Piney Woods. We've talked about the game, but now we examine the great feuds. The weeks when neighbors turn to rivals and the contest becomes an almost existential battle. In East Texas, the annual football calendar provides a structure for social life. But during Rivalry Week, that dedication becomes something verging on a sacred devotion. These contests are far more than a sporting event. They stand as a cultural phenomenon, a defining way of life. We're talking about hyper-localized feuds, grudges where athletic success dictates the terms of local pride. Think of the Pinecone Bowl between Hemphill and West Sabine, or Kilgore and Henderson's Highway 259 shootout. For the smallest towns, this commitment carries a profound weight. Success is critical, not just for bragging rights, but for the preservation of a cherished covenant with the past. These games offer a validation of a community's identity, defining the social hierarchy for the next year. In this way, rivalries in high school football play their own part in the rhythm and fabric of the East Texas Piney Woods.
Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos a Viva Varsity, reportándole desde Sacramento, California. Mi nombre es Rodolfo Gómez, hablándoles sobre la nueva temporada de la NBA. Una nueva temporada que se aproxima con mucha anticipación y expectativas basada en los cambios de los jugadores. Con muchos movimientos alrededor de la liga, esta temporada contiene sorpresas e incertidumbres. Con estos cambios, la liga se encuentra en un estado donde cualquier equipo puede quedar campeón. A pesar que el equipo de Oklahoma City Thunder se tituló campeón en la temporada anterior, las expectativas siempre han sido a favor de los equipos fuertes, aunque todo en la temporada puede ocurrir. La realidad es que cada jornada puede alterar el panorama y abrir espacio a equipos que no estaban entre los favoritos. Por eso, nada está garantizado.
Hi, everyone.
This is Riley Hartman reporting for Varsity Sports. It's been just over a year since the Coyotes played their final season here in Phoenix. They were the only NHL team to call Arizona their home and had been playing at Mullet Arena temporarily until building a more permanent rink, which never happened here in Arizona. Alex Marullo, the majority owner of the Arizona Coyotes, sold the team to the Utah Jazz owners, Ryan and Ashley Smith, for $1.2 billion, which was approved by the National Hockey League Board of Governors back in 2024. This deal promised that Arizona would get a new expansion team if they built a new arena within 5 years of the sale, which was facilitated through the NHL. The Coyotes have never had a stable home. They first started playing downtown Phoenix with the Suns and eventually moved to Glendale. When their lease was up in Glendale, they had to move to Mullet Arena, which is a significantly smaller venue for a professional team. They had hoped to build a new arena in Phoenix, but the land auction got delayed, so there was no guarantee that the Coyotes would have a new home. Marullo was adamant against selling the team, even though he's had numerous offers since buying it back in 2019. However, since the franchise did not want to be stuck playing in a smaller arena for another season, he had no choice but to sell the team to Utah. Despite losing the Coyotes, a new advisory panel with the goal of bringing the NHL back to Phoenix is looking for an ownership group and a viable arena site in the Valley to build. Maricopa County Chairman Thomas Gavin stated earlier this week that there's passion for hockey, passion for the NHL, and passion to return the NHL back to Arizona. But they're going to have to prove it. Last year, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman gauged the league's interest in bringing hockey back to Arizona, and it looked good. While there's still many obstacles that the NHL has to get through before bringing this idea to life, those on the advisory board are optimistic for expansion and maybe even bringing the Coyotes back. Andrea Doan, chair of the advisory panel for pro hockey in Arizona, emphasized that the group is committing to exploring every avenue. This panel plans to meet regularly over the next year to map out a clear plan moving forward. While the timeline does remain uncertain, it's important to note that this plan is still in its very early steps, so the message is clear. Arizona is not ready to let professional hockey slip away for good. This is Riley Hartman reporting for Varsity Sports.
Hello and welcome back to Independence High School here in Glendale, Arizona for a junior college matchup between the Papago Pumas and the Sonoran Sidewinders. Sonoran went into half leading this game 17-12, but the Pumas have been coming back. Ethan, it was a flag fest, to say the least, in the first half. What were kind of some of your key takeaways?
A lot of key takeaways. Definitely the first thing that you mentioned were the penalties. Hopefully both coaching staffs have talked to their guys, and we'll see if it's a cleaner second half. But when it comes to takeaways, I mean, both teams have been pretty well balanced overall. It started off with the Sidewinders coming out hot when it comes to offense. Well, maybe not hot necessarily, more like they're starting to get some sparks, and they've gotten a couple of scores and ended up with a field goal near the end of the first half. But the Pumas, again, they came back and they've made it a respectable game. So now we'll see how both teams are going to respond. And overall, it was a good first half, but there's still another half a ball to go.
Another half a ball to go. After a 2-hour first half, the players are back out on the field stretching. And for the Pumas, who struggled mightily offensively at the beginning, they really started to find rhythm with a 2-quarterback set of both Xavier Newman and their other quarterback, and they were able to just find a bunch of rhythm that really got that offense going.
Yeah, I'd say overall the quarterbacks have been playing pretty solid tonight, and especially for the Pumas, they've had a double QB system, and it's been working pretty well for them. They were struggling to find offense throughout the first half, and then near the end of it, when they brought their double QB system in, dual QB system in, they got their spark, and I'm pretty sure they're going to continue that entering this second half.
Fred Parsons was the other quarterback, who also has had a great first half. Couple of big name products. We've had a lot of similar backfields, and speaking of those backfields, it's just the running game has kind of been up and down, to say the least. You've had these big explosive plays, and then you've had plays where they're just swallowed up with nowhere to go. What would you like to see from the offensive running game and maybe even the offensive lines?
Well, for both, I mean, continue to do what you've been doing good at, and that is continue to make those gaps open up a little more. Like the A and B gaps when it comes to inside zone runs, they haven't been able to fully form. And I believe that if they start to attack the defensive tackles and make them spread to the outside, we'll be able to see better inside plays instead of the running backs trying to get through but then have to bounce back outside. So it's all about now who's going to finish out the game with more control of the line of scrimmage.
Exactly right. And for the Pumas offensively, they've been able to take advantage of the legs of both Parsons and Newman, and it's done them wonders, getting them out of the pocket, throwing on the run. It's been so successful for them. For the Sidewinders, it's been the kind of the running back duo of Marvin Jr. and Gray, who have just really been carrying the load for this offense. Not a lot of passing from Darling that's been completed. They've tried to go deep a few times, but it hasn't been that successful. We'll see if we can get some over-the-top passing from the Sidewinders in the second half, but the main thing we're hoping for, not a lot of flags in this second half, right?
Yeah, you and I and the rest of the crew have been talking about it too and saying, my gosh, there were so many penalties, and hopefully we don't have to talk about that a whole lot for the rest of the game, because I know you folks at home have been hearing us talk about it over and over and over again. So let's hope that these teams have cleaned it up and get ready for a good second half of football.
Well, when there's give or take about, it feels like 30 combined flags in one half of football, it gets a little ridiculous. But we're underway here for the start of the second half, as it's going to be C.J. Williams deep, and already some confusion here at the start of the second half. He didn't think he called a fair catch, but the refs are saying he did. So he must have done something with his arms that signaled to them that it was a fair catch.
Yeah, they're going to mark him down, it looks like. I don't know where they marked him, actually. It looks like they're going to mark him at the refs are going to spot him at the 15-yard. Excuse me, at the 25.
Okay, at the 25. So it's a fair catch, so it works as a touchback.
Right.
It's not at the exact spot like a punt. It's a kickoff. It's different. Sidewinder is going to take over here from the 25-yard line. A first half that was the first quarter looked so good offensively. The second quarter was really up and down. A lot of penalties stalling out those drives, but it's been the way twice. We're going to see Darling under center here, ready to hand off to the running back, and it's a toss. It almost looked like it was going to be a fake play, but it's not, as a hit by the running back towards the end of the play by Bentley Corbin back in the game. The O'Connor backfield between Darling and Corbin, as he'll be able to gain a few yards here.
Oh, I wanted to have the same reaction as the Sidewinder sideline, because he laid the absolute boom on the defender there, and it almost ended up turning into a fumble. The toss was a little behind him, and he secured it with his outside shoulder and pinning it to the shoulder, then secured it and laid that final hit out. My goodness. Surprised the defender even got up there on that play.
All right, so second down for the Sidewinders. A solid play on first down to get some positive yardage as Darling looks over to his right. That one's completed out to Corbin as he's going to make his way across the 35 for a first down to the Sidewinders. And this passing game must have been a key point of discussion in that locker room at halftime.
Yeah, run after catch speed right there. And that was a good gain. Good gain for the Sidewinders, and that was Talon Jensen there on the tackle to finish off the play.
Talon Jensen doing a great job defensively. He's been all over the place tonight, and
he really has been.
And able to make a great tackle there. But a first down for the Sidewinders, and they keep the ball moving here early, something they kind of struggled with late in that first half. Darling's going to go under center here, and it hasn't been too much under center, but normally when they do, it has been a run. So let's see. There it is. To Corbin. Corbin finds a hole. He's going to make his way up to the 41-yard line. About a gain of 4 yards, but a good gain on first down to keep the rhythm going.
Again, you don't always have to have big run plays. 4 or 5 6-yard gains is usually a good way to start any kind of running momentum. And that's now it's second and manageable. So if you're the Sidewinders here, why not attack middle? You haven't really done that a whole lot. Give it a shot.
All right, 2nd and 6 here for the Sidewinders after a gain of 4 on first down. Back in the shotgun they go, and it's been a lot of similar formations tonight. It's, Corbin lining up directly behind him with a tight end out to his right, And then CJ Williams has been kind of in motion all night, but Dylan White is here. It's going to be a run back to Corbin. He cuts back left. Nowhere to go for him as he's swallowed up around the line of scrimmage. What a job from that Puma defense.
Yeah, they swallowed up the run game right there very quickly, forcing a 3rd and long, and now you're forcing the Sidewinders to throw the ball here.
This is going to bring up 3rd and 6 as Corbin was able to make his way just about back to the line of scrimmage. A huge play early for this Puma defense who, if based off that first half, wants to get it back to that humming offense. Sidewinders trying to play keep away. Darling surveying the field, kind of looking over to his O-line. He looks to his right, throws over, and that one is completed and caught on the sidelines to his receiver. That was Dylan White on the reception, who had a huge touchdown catch earlier in the game, and that moves the sticks.
Nice catch by Dylan White on the sideline. From our angle, it looked like it was going to get picked off, but the throw was threaded through the needle and caught on the sideline, moving the chains. What a play.
First down, Sidewinders. The offensive passing game starting to get going. It feels like a lot of their passing game has been play action. Look over to the right, find Dylan White or Williams. And it's worked here and then when the throw, of course, has been accurate. So we'll see if they go right back to the running game. CJ Williams in motion just like he was all first half. They go over to the left. That was a slant directed to Dylan White, but not a very good pass there from Darling as it lands at his feet.
Yeah, it slipped right out of his hand there. He tried to get a quick throw off, but just slipped up the edge of the fingers, and it's going to happen here and there. Just shrug it off and move on to the next play.
Shrug it off and move on is right, especially when the offense is really starting to find a rhythm. Maybe they're going to go right back to the right side of the field. Maybe even get that running game going, because when you set up the running game through the pass and completed passes and play action, you're able to find more holes up front through the running game, and maybe that's what they're trying to set up here, as that's been their bread and butter to Corbin and to a few of their other backs in the backfield like Gray. Under center now, we'll see if it is a run play. It's play action here from Darling. He's going to move out to his right, use his legs. Got a receiver downfield. It is caught, but was he in bounds? Williams was in bounds. C.J. Williams, a great grab.
14, C.J. Williams. And that makes the old chain gang over there have to take a walk.
That was a good play over there by the offense, and they're starting to change up their scheme a little bit. I like that they're trying to do these, incorporate more short pass plays instead of taking a lot of deep shots, which honestly, again, everybody loves deep shot plays, big time plays, but it's always nice to see those moderate gains to move the chains and tire out the defense.
All right, this will be 1st and 10 for the Sidewinders. Another great play for them. The passing game's getting going. And once again, it was the passing game to the right side of the field that's really just been able to make itself open. Both C.J. Williams and Dylan White have had great nights thus far. And it must have been a vocal point in the locker room to get this passing game going, and it's looked great. We'll see if they go back to the running game here on 1st down, try to get it back into a flow maybe. No, they won't. It's gonna be a screen pass, a jump throw to Corbin, and he is folded. Does a front flip after getting hit. What a tackle that was by the defender of the Papago Pumas.
Vernon Harrison Jr. laying out the ball carrier. He sniffed that screen up right away, waited for the catch to be secured, and then went and boom, shut down the entire play.
Vernon Harrison Jr. with a great play. It was kind of a jump pass screen from the quarterback, Braden Darling, to get the throw off, and Corbin, right when he turned around, had a nightmare awaiting him.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Darling under pressure.
2nd and 9 here. It's going to be play action again. A rollout boot from Darling. Pump fakes, makes a defender miss, and he's brought down, and the ball is out. The ball is out, and it is recovered by the Pumas. A turnover from Darling trying to make something out of nothing. And this is a huge momentum shift for Papago.
And we got an injury on the field as well, but I want to give credit to Nick Taylor there on the initial pressure. He was the one that came in and forced the fumble, getting a recovery, and now the Pumas have momentum.
The Pumas have momentum, and this is a chance for them to take their first lead of the game, something they've been looking for so often. This offense has looked so good, but what's kind of stood out to me, Ethan, is We've got no penalties so far.
Thankfully, but you just put it out there. Remember, we're announcers here. We can jinx things.
We can jinx things, but it was a terrific strip sack from the defender of the Papago Pumas to get that one out. It looked like Darling, it was a play-action boot out to his right, and he avoided one guy, but he was able to get the arm back and strip it out, making something out of nothing. Not a lot open downfield, and the Pumas now have a chance to really, really, really take a lead in this game, something they desperately need instead of playing from behind.
Yeah, the entire defensive line was there, and they brought the pressure, and Darling, like you said, he had good awareness and stepped up and trying to make a play, but ended up having a costly turnover forced by Nick Taylor.
The quarterback out there for the Pumas is going to be number 6, Fred Parsons, as he's going to take off with his feet and pick up a first down. Excuse me, that wasn't him. That was Jay Martin Jr. on the carry. I thought it was Parsons that took off, but Jay Martin Jr. gets the carry. And for the Pumas, it's kind of been a two-headed attack back there with Jay Martin Jr. and Jeremiah Huckabee.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job tonight when it comes to carrying the ball, but almost right there, the ball ended up popping out, but the running back, Jay Martin Jr., ended up getting down before the ball popped out. Otherwise, outside of that, yeah, both backs have been doing a solid job of getting the chains moving tonight and getting solid gains.
Parsons in the shotgun with a switch out, so it looks like it'll be Jeremiah Huckabee in for the Pumas as that's completed across the middle to receiver Brandon Krisner. A great throw there from Parsons, and now this Puma offense, which is looking like it's coming right back out, just like it was at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and Brandon Krisner, even though he's average size, 5'9", 155, he's been pretty elusive tonight. He's been getting open, just not really a whole lot of targets, and I've been watching him throughout the game, and he's made some nice moves. You just got to get him the ball a little more.
This Puma offense starting to find a rhythm. The quarterbacks are starting to use their legs and find their passes across the middle and towards the sidelines. And we now have a 1st down and 10 for them with Parsons sending a man in motion. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Huckabee. Huckabee breaks a tackle, able to make his way out towards the 35-yard line for a good gain on 1st down, as we have a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play, but positive for the Pumas on 1st down.
It was actually a good play by both sides of the ball there. I mean, running back got a decent run there. Then the defensive line showed up and stopped him, and then the O-line came up and tried to push. Everybody made pretty good plays all around, and now you're seeing the Sidewinders. There's one guy out there who's holding his forearm. I believe that's number 29, Jarrell Johnson. He was there to try and make a play on the initial tackle, and something's bothering his right forearm.
2nd and 6 now for the Pumas. Running back to his right. Parsons rolls out to his right using his legs. He's going to throw it deep, underthrown, and it's right through the hands of the Sidewinder defender. That was number 28, Michael James, the sophomore out of Valley Vista in Laveen, Arizona. So close to a pick to turn the tide again for the Sidewinders. Just a little underthrown there, but I liked how they got out of the pocket.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, that was a good decision to run out, but a weird decision to throw the ball there. And again, it was nearly picked off. Thankfully, he threw it low enough and short enough for it to avoid being an interception.
Huge 3rd and 6 here for this Sidewinder defense. A stop can pay dividends for them. For the Pumas, this is one that they cannot pass up, and it could definitely be 4-down territory, but this is 3rd down. Parsons moves over to his left, looks deep, crowd roaring, completes the pass over towards the sidelines for a 1st down, and that was completed to the receiver Brandon Krisner, the Williamsfield product from Chandler, and that moves the sticks for the Pumas.
There you go. Give it to the guy that's been asking for the ball, Krisner. Simple but effective. Short route, just barely got the 1st down, moves the chains forward.
This Puma offense is starting to find a great rhythm through their passing game, and once again, it's getting the quarterback out of the pocket and able to use his legs, his mobility, his elusivity, if that's a word, to make a play. And Parsons has really been playing great inspired football here in the second and third quarter.
Well, if that's not a word,
It
that's
is
going to
now.
be in the vocab
It is now. It is now. Parsons is going to be play action, uses legs again. There he goes, elusivity, and he's almost out towards the first down marker, a gain of 9, as he was hit hard out of bounds. But a great play call there from the Pumas as we have an injury on the field.
It looks like a Sidewinder is on the sideline hurt.
So real quick, we're going to go to an injury timeout. We'll be right back with 5:46 remaining in this third quarter.
Hello, I'm Andrew Neerum, a junior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm excited to show the Varsity Sports Show everything that I can offer on any side of production as I express my love for this business throughout the fall of 2025.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. HJCAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, HJCAC has you covered. Call HJCAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Hi, my name is Carmen Liberto, and I am a senior at the Cronkite School at Arizona State University, majoring in sports journalism. Over the past few semesters, I've worked on a variety of projects that have strengthened my reporting, storytelling, and on-camera skills. My passion has always been hockey, and I hope to build a career covering the NHL, ideally as a beat writer for the Buffalo Sabres. I'm excited to continue growing as a journalist and to bring my energy and dedication to every story I tell. Stay tuned to see my work at the Varsity Show internship.
My name is Dana McDermott, and I'm a junior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. I am looking forward to the opportunity to get some hands-on experience and dip my toes into this industry. I've called water polo, softball, and I've broadcasted on the sidelines for high school football and basketball. I'm so excited for what this internship's going to.
Hello and welcome back to Independence High School as we have a running play on first down for the Pumas after an injury timeout. The Sidewinder defender was able to get up and make his way off the field healthy and walk his way off, which is most important. This game continues here at the 5-minute mark, or near 5-minute mark of the third quarter, as the Pumas have been driving.
Yeah, they have, and they've done a really good job at it too. No big plays, nothing really crazy. They're just getting these methodical gains, and now they're set up inside the red zone.
They are set up inside the red zone with 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. A chance to take the lead for Parsons. Parsons takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Huckabee. Huckabee gets hit, and he stays on his feet. This man is so tough as he makes his way out towards the 15-yard line, and this will be third down for the Pumas.
Yeah, he got smacked by number 29, Jarrell Johnson, and still stayed upright and ended up gaining 2 more yards after the hit there. Nice play by Huckabee.
A big third in. Oh, it was a first down. It was ruled a first down for the Pumas. A huge gain there from Huckabee to get a first down. And the Pumas are set up here well in the red zone. 4 plays to work with. Obvious 4-down territory, down 5 points, which hasn't been helped by a blocked extra point and a missed 2-point conversion. That's why they're at 12 after 2 touchdowns. Parsons takes a snap, moves out to his left. He's going to cut back. He's going to go off as a runner, and he's brought down from behind. A great tackle. I don't know if it's going to be a sack because he got back to the line of scrimmage. The play was made by number 32 of the Sidewinders.
That was number 32, Aiden Manon, and he had to come from the left side of the field and ran him down like a heat-seeking missile and made a play to avoid a rushing touchdown from potentially being scored.
That was actually by number 92 on the Sidewinders. Our mistake. Number
Correction.
92 for the Sidewinders. Okay, they do not have a number 92 on their roster, so that's something.
Great play either way.
Second down here for the Pumas. Little screen pass outside. That is to Cook. Cook trying to make his way forward for a gain of a few, but it's going to set up a third down here. And can the Sidewinders hold on to keep this lead?
Probably. I mean, if they stay aggressive and play press coverage, most likely stay press coverage and the linebackers watch the backfield, you never know. This is a key stop for them to keep their lead.
Sidewinder fans, it's third.
So we'll see what the Pumas have cooking up here on offense.
Third and about 7 here for the Pumas. This is one of the biggest plays of the game. A huge third down with 2.5 left here in the third quarter. Parsons trying to get the defensive line to jump. They're not going this time around like the first quarter. Looking over to the sideline now for the call.
Watch for Cameron Cook here on a quick slant here.
Parsons with the snap. Surveys, looks to his left, finds Huckabee. Huckabee with the catch, but he's going to be well short. Tried to stay on his feet. It's only going to be a gain of a few, and this will bring up 4th and 5 for the Pumas. What is the decision here?
Well, it wasn't the best play call you could have asked for. I mean, the QB had to dump it off to Huckabee because he was the only one that was really open. And now the offense is staying out here. Instead of taking the 3 points, they want to get this lead now.
It's 4th and 5 for the Pumas. A huge moment in this game. The crowd on this Sidewinder side is starting to make noise, stomping their feet on the bleachers. It's getting loud. The Pumas now.
Only 3 down linemen for the Sidewinders.
They're playing fullback, but they could bring a little bit of pressure. They do not. Down to the end zone. That one is caught for a touchdown, Pumas. Huge play.
That was a good job on the comeback there. Good throw. He was covered to start, and then once he turned around, stopped, and caught the ball, the Sidewinder defender was actually out of bounds. He had no idea what the ball was there. And now the Pumas have come back down, and they've taken the lead.
That was number 7, Cameron Fowler from St. Louis, Missouri, on the catch for the Pumas as they have now taken a lead. But this has been a bit of a obstacle for them tonight, has been this extra point game. What a play, though, on 4th down. Pressure moment, able to find the end zone.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line, giving the QB enough time to be able to look around and get the ball out. And he, again, comeback route, he stopped in the middle of his route because he realized, oh, if I just stop here, the defensive back that's covering me is going to be either he's going to be way behind me or he's going to be somewhere else. And, well, that's what it turned out to be.
They're going for 2 here to try to make this a 3-point game, are the Pumas. As Parsons, there are flags. This one's going to be blown dead, and it looks like this one is going to be on the Pumas. Maybe a full start here.
Oh, yeah, it looked like everybody moved but the center right there.
That's a false start on the Pumas.
It was a false start on the Pumas, so this is going to be pushed back now to about the 7-ish yard line, the 8-yard line because it is from the 3. This will be pushed back to the 8-yard line for the Pumas, and they're now going to send the extra point unit on and try to make this a 2-point game.
I don't mind the 2-point attempt call, but yeah, that false start sets you back, so you may as well just take the extra point and go up by 2 now that you have the lead for the first time tonight.
Colton Reyes on to kick the extra point, the lefty for the Pumas. And it is good. So the extra point is good and true, and the Pumas are taking a 2-point lead after being down in this game, 14-0 at one point and 17-6. They've clawed back to take the lead.
Yeah, it's been a pretty incredible comeback, and now that's back-to-back. That's back-to-back nights now where we've seen comebacks by 2 different teams. Again, like we mentioned in the first half, it's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. And and so far the Pumas have been finishing off this quarter pretty strong.
A quarter that has not seen a lot of flags.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good one. The coaches must have gotten to their guys at halftime, that's for sure. It's been good to watch.
Way cleaner football indeed. This is definitely the film that they're going to be wanting to watch now that there's not so many flags on each play happening.
Colton Reyes now back to kick for the Pumas. Sidewinders have 2 deep, ready to return. It's been a bit of a adventure, to say the least. On the kickoff game, we've had onside surprises, flags, we've had muffs, we've had a lot going on, but we'll see what happens here on this, as I would assume he'll just kick this one deep. It is a little squib kick, and this one was returned from about the 15-yard line. And it's return number 7 of the Sidewinders is still going, and he makes his way out to midfield. A great return from Kieran Earhart to set the Sidewinders up with great field position.
Good return from Earhart, and he had a rough first half with a couple of personal foul penalties and some temper tantrums on the sideline, but hopefully that cools him off a little bit. Cools off his emotions, but also fires him up at the same time. And that just let his teammates know, hey, okay, my head is in the right space now.
The product, or we had a flag on the play, excuse us. We had a flag on the play on the Sidewinder, so this one's going to come back. So erase the big gain from them, and they're going to be back towards the 18-yard line here.
They're spotting him at the 22.
Take over at their own 21-yard line.
21, excuse me.
So now the Sidewinders are coming out in pistol again. They've been consistently running that tonight when it comes to their running game. So it wouldn't be a surprise if they handed it off here. And now they're going shotgun.
Brandon Darling in the shotgun. CJ Williams moves over in motion as this is going to be a handoff here. The running back, Corbin, able to make his way across the 25-yard line for a gain of about 4-ish yards.
Yeah, the Sidewinders running backs are pretty decently sized, and they actually have the size advantage in this game when it comes to overall weight and height. But Pumas have been fighting back hard. It's not really, it hasn't played too much of a factor in this game.
That was actually Julian Ramirez on the carry, with a good gain on first down. Haven't seen Ramirez in the backfield in a while, so it's good to see him get back in there.
Yeah. Four-man rush for the Pumas.
Darling now, big drop back. It's a screen to Ramirez as he's hit, breaks a tackle, still going, but that should be just short of the first down marker. We'll see as we approach the end of the third quarter here. It was a quick third quarter as we have a player down with 2 seconds remaining in the third. So we're going to have an injury timeout, and he's able to make his way back up. Good to see. The clock was stopped, though. So we're going to get another play here before the end of the third quarter. Maybe. We'll see what happens when the whistle blows. The whistle blows and the clock will continue to go. So we're going to head to the end of the third quarter here. A quick third quarter here at Independence High School in Glendale, Arizona. A 2-point game heading into the fourth here. We got a good one brewing. Stay with us for the fourth. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Hola a todos, soy Jorge Anuajardo, su narrador de jugada por jugada de Viva Varsity, el nuevo transmisión en español del Varsity Sports Show. Estamos aquí para encender tu pasión del deporte, traerte entrevistas exclusivas y vivir cada jugada contigo. No olvides a seguirnos en Instagram, @VivaVarsity, para ver lo mejor de las jugadas destacadas, momentos detrás de cámara y todo lo que pasa dentro y fuera del campo. Esto es Viva Varsity, donde el deporte agarra vida en tu idioma.
We are back for the start of the fourth quarter here as Darling is looking deep to Dylan White. Oh, as he caught it, and the ball was hit out of his hands on the sideline. What a hit that was by Cook of the Pumas. On third down, the Sidewinder were taking a shot, and it was just hit out of Dylan White's hands.
Oh, we've seen so many big hits from both defenses tonight, and Cook laid out the boom on number 18 there, Dylan White. Dylan White actually had to lay on the ground after the hit for about a few seconds before getting up and getting his air back. My goodness, all the momentum starting to shift for the Pumas, man. This game has turned around real quick.
4th and 6 here for the Sidewinders. It's punt time. A great job for the Pumas, man. Since the start of the second quarter, they've looked like a completely different team, to be honest.
Yeah, and after laying the boom, now Cook is going to return the kickoff, or the punt return here.
Mr. Do-It-All. As that one's going to be up in the air, and it stays in bounds. No, it does not. A little bit of a fortuitous bounce for the Sidewinders, as Cook did not have a chance, Cameron Cook, to return that one. The Pumas will take over at the 42-yard line. So a chance for them to go up 2 possessions here out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. Again, they've just, ever since the end of the second quarter, they've just been able to establish themselves in this game and really find their momentum. They've done a really good job at taking care of business on both sides of the ball. And like you said, they have the opportunity to now come back out on the field and extend their lead.
All right, here we go. First drive of the fourth quarter for the Papago Pumas. It is still the same quarterback in there for them. Number 6 for the Pumas. That is Fred Parsons. As he's looking on a play-action play, or not play-action, excuse me, it was a fake throw. as the run to Huckabee gets about right back to the line of scrimmage, but a good job from this defense.
Yeah, good stomp cut there. He had he stomped and bounced to the right side like a spring, and only got a minimal gain, but it's something you can work with.
No hurry up here, no tempo here from the Pumas. We've seen no tempo really from either team thus far today. It's been kind of surprising in junior college football. You tend to see it a lot, but the Pumas are okay with taking their sweet time here, kind of running the same formation they've run a lot of the game. 3 up top, 1 on the bottom of your screen. Running back to the right of Parsons. It is Huckabee.
Yeah, the Sidewinders with 2 high safeties still. They've been running it all night.
Parsons now, nowhere to really go, and he's sacked, but there is a flag on the play. We'll see what it is. The sack was made by number 6 of the Sidewinders. That is Amari Wright, who's been all over the field tonight. But we're going to see what the call is here, a huge one on the field.
That's another big play in this game that's now starting to get negated by penalties. Let's see the call.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 15. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So that one's going to come back. Hands to the face on number 15 of the Sidewinders. A huge penalty you cannot have there on Logan Gardea.
No, you can't. And as I'm watching the Pumas offensive line, there's a couple of them limping right now. They're fighting through these injuries. And that's not the 4th player on the field that's been trying to fight through adversity and pain. But that's a part of the game too. Some players just have that mindset to go out there and continue to ball out even when they're not 100%.
It'll be a first down for the Pumas in Sidewinder territory in a play where you had a sack and you're trying to get the momentum back for your team that's starting to struggle. That's a huge 15-yard penalty to aid the Pumas. As Parsons now will be in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Huckabee. There he goes up the sideline to the 40, and he's brought down. What a tackle that is by number 17 of the Sidewinders. That is Micah Scott, the sophomore from Sunrise Mountain, Peoria, Arizona.
6.
As we have we had a flag on the Pumas on the play. This one was accepted, so it will stay first down.
Yeah, Micah Scott, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a big guy for a defensive back, and he came down. Again, we've seen it multiple times by both defenses tonight, getting physical, hitting up high, hitting up low, making offensive players fly around all over the place. It's been really fun to watch.
When have we seen Huckabee get brought down on first attempt, too? What a tackle that was.
Yeah, that was a really good tackle against a good running back.
Huckabee, a strong guy, but a great job by Scott there. Is this going to set up 1st and 20 here for the Pumas? So after the Sidewinders gave them a first down, Huckabee able to make his way back, or excuse me, the Pumas give one right back. There goes Parsons using his legs now out to the right, throws over, and that pass is completed to Cook for a first down.
Cameron Cook's been getting open quite a bit on the sideline in either direction, left or right, and they're taking advantage of that outside open leverage there for the boundaries.
Excuse me, that was not a first down. I was looking at the wrong marker. It is 2nd and 8 here for the Pumas, but a 12-yard gain for them on first down is a great job.
Yeah, good awareness by Cook.
Parsons now rolls over to his left, getting out of the
Oh,
pocket
boy.
again. He's got a receiver. He's throwing it deep to Franklin. Just overthrown. He had a bit of a step, but nonetheless, it was good coverage.
Oh, good Lord. A Sidewinder, number 21. Arumbal there on the blitz on the outside. Oh, my gosh. I thought the quarterback was going to get smacked and laid out in the backfield, but he got it out just in time before the pressure came through.
All right, a huge 3rd and 8 in this game, isn't it? Especially for the Sidewinder defense, which really needs to get the ball back to their offense. Down 2, just under 12 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, the Sidewinders got to find a way to get some momentum back on their side, and this is going to be how they have to do it right here.
Parsons now with the drop back. Looks over to his right. That one's caught, but it's not going to be even close to a first down as the pass was complete to Cook. And what do you do here if you are the Pumas? It's going to be about 3rd and 8 as he got back to the line of scrimmage. This is a huge call here for this coaching staff.
Well, now it's 4th down. I would assume that the punt unit comes on, but they're keeping the offense out there. And we've seen it a few times on both sides of the ball where they keep the offense out there for a while and either bring them back and kick the punt, or special teams comes out in any format, or they hike the play and take the gamble.
Let's see what the Pumas do. This is a huge moment in this game. They're going for it. 4th and 7 here for the Pumas. Parsons in the backfield takes a drop back. Looks like there could have been offsides, but he's going at the middle and running. He's not going to get it. He stopped short. A great job by this Sidewinder defense to make a big stop on 4th down.
Oh, it was a bad decision to take off there. You had to look downfield and get the big gain, but I mean, he tried to make something happen with his legs, and you had a Sidewinder defender ready to take him down. And now you got a turnover on downs, and the Sidewinders are starting to get that momentum back.
Yes, they are. Sidewinder offense that really needs to get going. It's been a bit stagnant here for a while, and
yeah, the balance beam is starting to go back and forth for both teams right now. Can't sit still.
It's all over the place.
Oh yeah.
It would look like if I tried to compete in the Olympics. Balance beam all over the place. I'm falling off.
Well, you've been pretty stable tonight with all your calling. You've been doing a good job.
Oh, these flags have thrown me off. But we haven't done a lot in the second half nonetheless. So it's going to be 1st down here for the Sidewinders. They're going to go under center without a running back in the backfield. Oh, there we go. Gray's going to make his way over. It's not going to be end around. Darling's going to make his way over to the sideline. He should probably just get rid of it as he gets thrown down, and flags come out all over the place as Cook brought him down by probably the horse collar. And that's going to be a huge penalty against the Pumas here.
Yeah, he grabbed at Darling's horse collar there. There was no need for that at all. He could have gotten him right at the ribs and threw him down, but he grabbed him at the horse collar, and now you've got that penalty, which is going to give 3 yards to the Sidewinders.
Personal foul. Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Sorry for that. So it was a horse collar tackle on Cook, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty for the Sidewinders on a play where Darling really had nowhere to go, but was able to just find a little bit of space to garner a penalty. A huge mistake there from Cook, who's had a great night offensively, and the Sidewinders are in business here.
They definitely are. That penalty just put them in Puma territory. And now this is where you establish the run game again. Get your running backs on the outside and let them control this ball game.
All right, here we go. Darling in the backfield. C.J. Williams moves over in motion. It's a handoff to Gray this time around. Gray moving his way downfield, and he's brought down around the 45-yard line. It takes 3 guys to bring him down. So strong, but a good gain on 1st down.
Yeah, big boy Nick Taylor there up the middle to stop that run play. Both sides of the line of scrimmage have done just a good job at showing the physicality, making stops, getting good pancake blocks for the run game. It's been pretty well balanced so far in this quarter.
All right, here we go. 2nd down, about 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, yep, for the Sidewinders. Under 10 minutes left here in this 4th quarter. It's another handoff to Gray, who decides to go left. He breaks a tackle. He's going to move his way back right, and he makes his way out to the 40-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards short of a 1st down. It looks like he could have initially went right with an open spot, the hole created for him, but decided to go left, but made his way right anyway. But there is a flag on the field. It's safe to say the coaching staff of the Sidewinders is sick of flags. Sorry if you heard any colorful language, not sure, but they this will push them back after good play after good play for the Sidewinders. These flags are just hurting their momentum.
Well, it's funny because throughout the throughout the second half, we really haven't seen a lot of flags, and these last 4 to 5 plays, there have been about, I believe now, 3 flags, and just like one of the coaches on the Sidewinders said, it's getting really annoying now. Let's play some football, and let's keep the game moving.
Let's keep this game moving as Darling takes a snap. It's play action. He's going to move out to his right. He's got a guy open. That's completed across the 50. That's to number 82, Dylan Brown, the sophomore from Cactus Shadows, who picks up his first catch of the game.
That's his first target and first catch, and I'm really surprised they haven't thrown to him more often. He's 6'3", 225 pounds at the tight end spot, and I'm sure the folks heard me at home. I went, oh, because the entire defense, almost the entire defense for the Pumas went the complete opposite way of where Darling went on that play action bootleg rollout, and it surprised me that the entire defensive line got contained and moved over to the opposite side.
You think Darling could have even maybe taken over and run there as well. He had so much space, but
probably.
3rd and 11 here, a big play on this drive. It's going to be a tough one to pick up for the Sidewinders, but they can do it. This passing game's starting to get going. Low snap, Darling catches it. He hits a QB drop the middle. There goes Darling. He's got the first down. What a play call from the Sidewinders.
Oh, it's probably going to come back, though.
You have to be kidding me.
No, I'm not.
I like that we're having a little bit of fun with this because it's just been something ridiculous tonight.
Personal foul. Hands in the face. Defense number 44. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Hands to the face on the Pumas, so add on a few yards. I mean, the Sidewinders were walking back. They were just accepting their fate at that point, but it's on the Pumas, so however long that run was, plus 15, or is this going to be an automatic? Yeah, look, plus 15. Wow. Look how far down the field the Sidewinders are going to get here, out to the 18-yard line. That's a net almost 30-ish yard play there from the Sidewinders.
That's crazy because you would think that the way that the defensive line flew into the pocket and Darling was able to escape that quickly, you would think it'd be a holding call, but no. And somehow it didn't go their way, and now the Pumas are backed up in the red zone.
All right, 1st and 10 here for the Sidewinders in field goal range to take the lead. Of course, they're looking for a touchdown. Darling now, immediate pressure in his face as that one's incomplete. There was a little bit of a hold there, but I'm not sure if that ball was even in the vicinity. It wasn't called, so it will bring up 2nd and 10 here.
And the fans are getting rowdy over here because they're looking for a roughing the passer call, but Darling was still in the process of throwing the ball as he got hit towards the ground there, so it's no surprise that a flag wasn't called there, but a good play on Darling for at least getting the ball out and avoiding a sack.
All right, we have just hit 10 o'clock on the night. We've hit the 3-hour mark in this game. It started at 7. It's been a fun one tonight. A big 7.5 minutes left in this game here from Glendale and Independence High School. Thank you to them for letting us use the stadium for a great night of junior college football, and hopefully we're making them proud. Maybe not with the flags, but with a fun, competitive game. And it's 2nd and 10 here for the Sidewinders. Gray to the right of Darling, who sends Williams in motion. It will be handed off to Gray, who's found a lane. There goes Gray down the field, outwards almost towards the 10-yard line, but it's not going to be a first down, but it is going to be a good game.
Darling lost his wristband all the way back at the 50-yard line. He turned around and went, oh, there it is. He had to sprint all the way there and come back. But talking about the play that just happened, it was a good run play up the middle, setting up a potential short pass play here on 3rd down.
All right, so for the Sidewinders, it's going to bring up third and 3-ish here, as we have an injury on the field. We're going to head to an injury timeout here. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Adam Maggard, and I'm excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team this semester. Over the next 4 months, I'll be covering high school and junior college sports across Arizona. From Friday Night Lights to heated rivalries, I'll be bringing you highlights, interviews, and the stories that make local sports so exciting. What I love most about sports is the passion, the community, and the way that every game has its own story, and I can't wait to share that with you. So be sure to follow the Varsity Sports Show all season long. It's going to be an incredible ride, and I can't wait to take you with me.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here in a tightly contested game between the Sidewinders and Pumas. The offensive lineman able to make his way out the field. It just was a little bit of a cramp. He'll be back in there here in a little bit, we would assume. He's not even getting worked out on the sideline, ready to go again. But it's a guy in Armijo they kind of need in on this play because it's 3rd and 3, the biggest play of the game thus far.
We got Puma head coach Williams just screaming at the ref on the sideline right now, trying to figure something out on the play.
It's a read option. There goes Darling taking it himself, and he's down. Is he in? Darling, what a run. They're going to rule him down at the 1-yard line. What a run that was. He'll pick up the first down and set up 1st and goal.
I mean, we've seen Darling run when it comes to pocket presence and maybe take off for a short game, but the fact that he kept it himself and almost got the touchdown there, he took a big hit to get down at the 1-yard line. A good play to set your offense up on 1st and goal.
1st and goal here, just under 6.5 minutes left in this game. We're getting down to crunch time. Armijo back in the game, by the way, for the Sidewinders, a true soldier, as he is hobbling around but able to make his offense run successfully, especially the run game. He's been so good for them all night. As we're going to have a stop and play here. And it's going to be a timeout by Papago to talk this one over. Man, what a tackle that was the 1-yard line, but what a run and misdirection read option there from Darling.
Yeah, because they haven't really called any of those kind of plays at all. And they pulled something out of outside the box there, and it worked out well for them. Does Darling wish he could have scored? Yes, but now at least you have, even though it's a timeout, you still were able to run some clock there. Now you have 6:09 to go in this game. Still plenty of time for both teams to make plays. And we'll see what happens within the last 6 minutes of this game.
We saw Darling during the injury timeout really hyping up his sideline. He was really juiced up, and he was really into this. He is, safe to say, he said they are not losing this game, said Darling, with a few expletives used as well. He knows this is a chance for them between the two best HJCAC teams in the state, and the Sonoran Sidewinders and Papago Pumas. This is a chance for them to really make their mark on the HJCAC and in their path towards a championship this season.
Yeah, and it hasn't been the cleanest game. It hasn't been the most perfect, crazy, explosive kind of game. But it's been a dogfight. It's been a dogfight between both teams, especially on the offensive line and defensive line for both the Pumas and the Sidewinders. And now that we have a 1st and goal situation, we're about to see if the Pumas pack can stand tall.
All right, 1st and goal here. Darling surprisingly under shotgun here, and we're going to have a false start. We're going to have a false start on the Sidewinders. From the 1, you can't have it.
False start. Offense number 23. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
So a false start on number 23 of the Sidewinders. That is Royce Hernandez, the fullback from Needles, California. And for the Sidewinders, it looked so promising, but now you're from the 6 instead of the 1. It becomes so much different, right?
Yeah, they were going to hand it off right up the gut. And, well, unfortunately, because of the false start, they're backed up 5 more yards, but it looks like they're going to do another handoff here.
Back in the shotgun is the quarterback, Parsons. He moves over to his right. He's got an open lane. There he goes. Darling is in for a touchdown, and we got flags all over the place once again. What's going to be the call here? Darling is absolutely hyped up.
I've never seen the. Oh, we got the
And
call
another
coming up right
flag
here.
is just thrown down. What is the call here? It's going to be on the Sidewinders.
Well, it looks like you had holding on the Sidewinders, and there's a lot of frustration on the sideline right now. It's getting pretty rowdy again. We were pretty calm for a while in the third quarter, fourth quarter in the beginning, and now emotions are running high. Both teams are and you know what's funny? I haven't seen the defense. I haven't seen a defense cheer about an offensive touchdown in a while, even though it got called back. They saw the flag and went, yes, yes, yes.
So for the Sidewinders, this was a possession in 1st and goal where they were at the 1 yard line. They are now at the 10. They've moved back twice. I mean, you just can't have it. You can't have it. We've seen their sidelines so frustrated with these penalties, and it's coming at the worst time now. It's something you just absolutely cannot have. But nonetheless, it's still 1st and goal for the Sidewinders. They're going to hand it off here to the sideline and gets a good gain. That is the running back, number 26 on the play, Julian Ramirez, back on the field, one of the captains of this Sidewinder team. As the time continues to roll down here, it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Again, like we talked about multiple times, the running backs are bouncing outside. That's where they've been able to make plays on both offenses. If they continue to keep doing that and doing that QB option that they did with Darling, it's going to turn out pretty good for them.
It was a gain of none. As they said, he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and goal still from the 10 here. We'll see if they try to unleash the cannon of Darling on this play. They send C.J. Williams in motion. And no, it's just a handoff right up the middle to Gray, and he's really not able to go anywhere. Excuse me, Ramirez. A handoff to Ramirez. He's really not able to go anywhere. And to me, I feel like they've run so much motion with C.J. Williams. At some point, I mean, the other team's not even looking for it. Why not just give it to him on an end around, right? I mean, they're not even going to be expecting it.
Yeah, they've really taken the ball away from him, which is crazy. He's just been used as a decoy, and he has a lot of speed and potential to make big plays, but that's clearly not the game plan. But, I mean, has it been kind of working, though? Yeah. I mean, they've been running it away from him quite a bit.
All right, 3rd and goal here. One of the biggest plays, if not the biggest play of the game here. 3rd and goal. It's going to be play action. Darling moves out to his right. He's going to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's caught by number 7, Kieran Earhart. And the Sidewinders are right back in the lead of this game.
That's got to make Earhart feel so good about how he had, again, the 2 personal foul penalties in the first half, and now you score a touchdown here to give yourself confidence, your team the lead, and now once again, the momentum has flipped.
And it looks like the Sidewinders are going to go for 2 here to try to go up 6. Now, if this was, Division I college football or the NFL, it wouldn't really matter because you expect them to make their extra points. But with the Pumas tonight, extra points have been anything but easy. So might as well try to go up 6 here for the all-important 2-point conversion. 4:19 left in this game. Man, we just got a good one brewing tonight.
Yes, we do. There's been emotions running high all over the place, especially on our side with the Sidewinders and the fans over here. It's been an up and down roller coaster to say the least. I'm gonna need some NyQuil to knock me out after this one.
All right, here we go. 2-point conversion try for the Sidewinders from the left hash. It's a handoff to Ramirez. He tries to get in, and he is absolutely stuffed. A great job by that Puma defense to keep this a 4-point game.
Yeah, nowhere to go there. There was just no running room, and one of the very few times where a running back bounces outside and hardly gets anything, if nothing, on the play. Good stop for the Pumas, so at least they can go to the sideline with the positive takeaway going back, and now the offense has to respond.
The offense has to respond, and Gutierrez, who we haven't seen out in the field a long time, because this Sidewinder offense has not been able to score a lot, but finally they find the end zone to go up 4 in this game. 4:19 left. What's the key here for the Pumas to get back in this game? Oh, their offense has looked great.
They have, and they've been doing a lot of medium routes and short routes when it comes to the passing game, so you may as well continue with what the defense gives you. The defense has been playing deep, which is crazy because they haven't tried to throw the ball deep a lot tonight. So I expect adjustments for both sides on offense and defense to be made here.
Gutierrez ready to kick this one off, and he will. A boot downfield. Here come the Pumas down the field. They have received it. Hit early, breaks a tackle, broke another one, still going. Out towards the 35-yard line is the Puma returner. That was number 7, Cameron Fowler, who had the last touchdown for the Pumas. So maybe a little bit of good fortune here. Maybe he can get another one for them. As the Pumas have a chance here with 4 minutes left to salt this one away and win the game. But the Sidewinders are going to have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, they do. And for the Pumas, again, keep doing what was working and take your time to read the play to a certain degree, because obviously there's going to get pressure being sent. But read the play and take what the defense gives you. Don't try to go for anything spectacular.
Here we go now. First down for the Pumas. Biggest drive of the game.
2 by 2.
Parsons hands it off to Huckabee, and nowhere to go for him, as once again it's number 17 on the play, Micah Scott, and there to help with the tackle. He's had Huckabee's number here in the last few drives, bringing him down.
Yeah, Scott's been making some nice tackles as we have another injury on the field here for the Sidewinders and for the Pumas.
So it's going to be 2 players down here for both teams. The players are down. We're going to head to an injury timeout real quick here. We'll be back in a few to get you the rest of this game.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Hey everyone, I'm Jorge Guajardo, your play-by-play broadcaster for Viva Varsity, the brand new Spanish broadcast of the Varsity Sports Show. We're here to fuel your love for the game, bring you exclusive interviews, and celebrate every play right alongside you. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Viva Varsity for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and everything happening on and off the field.
We are back with 3:53 left here in the fourth quarter. It's 2nd and 11 for the Pumas after Huckabee was stopped by Micah Scott on first down. It's a bad snap over the head of Parsons. He has to retrieve it, and he's able to run out of the pocket. A pump fake. He's still up. He throws it while he's getting hit. A great job by Parsons to just keep the play going. That could have been disastrous for the Pumas.
Oh my gosh, Parsons got it went directly over his head, and he recovered it and somehow made 2 moves, and he did all of that just to have an incomplete pass. But that was such a great way to get rid of what could have been a fumble return touchdown for the for the Sidewinders.
I know the Horizon game's still on your mind.
I know it really is. It's still in my head. It was such a great game, but this has also been a phenomenal match.
All right, 3rd and 11 for the Pumas. A huge play, no doubt 4 down territory. Even though they have 2 timeouts, Parsons will line up with Huckabee to his right. Looking over to the sidelines now is Parsons.
3:26 to go.
Fred Parsons here, sending a man in motion. It is Cook.
2 by 2 set.
The crowd making noise. Again, not a great snap. Parsons has a run with it, He's going to throw, and it's caught for a first down. What looked like it went from a nightmare to a great play. Brandon Christner with the catch. He's had a spectacular night.
Are you kidding me, Christner? He was sliding on his legs and butt and still caught the freaking pass. What a play by Parsons. Again, it hit him in the right hand and he couldn't secure it. Drops it, recovers it, runs out, and throws it to... Oh my gosh, what an incredible play.
Lack of words here for Fred Parsons' play. As it'll be first time for the Pumas, 2 bad snaps, and Parsons able to keep the drive going. As he steps back now, looks over, and he's brought down 2 pump fakes, but not a third because he's on the ground. He is sacked by number 92 of the Sidewinders. What a play that was.
Yeah, number 92 has been making a couple of clutch plays tonight, and that's his first sack of the night. Good pressure overall by the Sidewinders defensive line. 2:15 to go.
Approaching the 2-minute warning here. You got to remember the Pumas do not have to run a play here. They can run this right down to the 2-minute warning if they want to on 2nd and long. Let's see. As yes, they are going to run it right down to the 2-minute warning. So, with 2 minutes left in this game, it's 2nd and 17 for the Pumas. Their undefeated season on the line, even though they've not played a lot of games thus far. But what's in the playbook here on 2nd and 17 for the Pumas, you think?
I mean, you can honestly run anything at this point, but if you've got to start taking shots down the field. Again, you don't want to score. There's always a balance. You don't want to score too quickly. You don't want to score too late. But I just feel like in this situation, you've got to take one deep shot right here in order to get that get that energy back for your offense. And then once that deep shot is completed, and if you don't score, then you can slow it down a little bit and chew some clock.
All right, so the Pumas here coming back out from the end of the 2-minute warning, or the 2-minute timeout, I believe what they call it in college football. It's been a fun one tonight. Only 2 minutes left in this game. It's been a long one for sure, as well as we're approaching 3.5 hours played in this game. And for the Pumas, this is ginormous. You don't want to be a 4th and 17, or you don't want to set up a 3rd and long here as well. This play is almost just as important as 3rd down. As Parsons is going to line up with Huckabee to his right. 3 men on the bottom of your screen. Parsons looking to his right. He's throwing deep. He's got a man! And pass interference is going to be called here. There was a little bit of contact by number 21, Namaya Orambi, the freshman from Orambi, excuse me. But pass interference looks like it's going to be called here. As we do have a player down for the Pumas, it is an offensive lineman. The pass was targeted for number 7, Cameron Fowler, who looked like he had a step. With 1:54 left in this game, but a pass interference penalty is huge. That'll give the Pumas a free first down. And this is one of those situations where the ball's underthrown, so the receiver has to come back to the ball, and there's nothing the corner can do because he's looking at the receiver. So when the receiver comes back to the ball, he just runs into him, and there's nothing the corner can do. It's a terrible situation to be in, but it's one that you see happen all the time in football.
Yeah, you see it happen quite often. And how about that prediction moment, though? We were just talking about taking a deep shot to start the beginning of this 2-minute warning, and they took it. And even though it wasn't a completion, they got the penalty, and now that's going to move them forward and into Sidewinders territory. So this drive will probably last quite some time because they don't want to give the Sidewinders hardly any, if not any time at all.
But I think the top thing on their mind right now is just a score. I mean, that's the most important thing, right? I mean, regardless of how much time is left, they just got to take the lead in this game. It's going to be 1st and 10 here from the 47-yard line inside Sidewinder territory. This drive moving along one way or another as Parsons moves out to his left, almost brought down. Fans complaining for a flag. Parsons going to cut back upfield to his right, and there he goes. Fred Parsons up to the 20, or excuse me, to the 30, to the 25. What a run from Fred Parsons, and he is hyped up.
Oh my gosh, how was there not a flag called there for the for the Pumas there? There was an obvious holding call there, and Parsons though, outside of that no call, it was a lot of action happening there. This end of the game is starting to get really crazy, and the emotions are running high for both sides.
We're approaching a minute 20 left in this game. 1st and 10. The Pumas well into Sidewinder territory here, almost into the red zone. They're at the 25 of the Sidewinders. 1st down. Here goes Parsons with the drop back. He's going to move over to his right, jukes over, and he's going to be brought down. Sacked. Who was at number 55 of the Sidewinders? What a play. That is Daniel Alavad, the freshman from Boulder Creek. Makes a big play, and the Pumas, it looks like, are going to call their second timeout with 57 seconds remaining in this game.
Oh, man, he got dropped on that play. My goodness. And obviously for the Pumas, you got to call a timeout here. Now you have less than a minute to work with, but you've got some space. You're at the 30-yard line to actually call some different plays and see what you can do to attack the weak points of the Sidewinder defense. Now the Sidewinders got to start bringing some more pressure. They've really only sent 4-man rushes tonight and have hardly sent any kind of blitz packages of 5, 6, 7 guys. They've been confident with their 4-man rush, but it's been consistent so far tonight.
This is going to set up a 2nd and 15 for the Pumas, and once again, you're in the situation where you just cannot have flags if you're the Sidewinders when you have the Pumas so far back behind the sticks. And with 57 seconds in this game, the Pumas only have 1 remaining timeout. Still a long way to go from the 30. I mean, to gain 30 yards in 57 seconds, I mean, it can be done, but it's going to come right down to the wire, just like we expected.
Yep.
Wouldn't have anything else.
Nope. How about that, though? Back-to-back games we've called have come down to the wire.
Yes, they have. Back-to-back weekends of JUCO football coming out of the wire, just like last weekend between Arizona Christian and Gila River as well. That went into overtime, but nonetheless, we are here for a big play. Parsons drops back. He feels pressure. He takes off as a runner, and he's still able to throw. He finds his receiver. That's number 13 of the Pumas. Braden Watkins, his first catch of the night from Dallas, Texas, as the Pumas are hustling now. 40 seconds left in this game. It's going to be about 2nd and 8, give or take, or 3rd and 8, excuse me. 35 seconds now. Parsons takes a snap, moves over to his right. He's got to get rid of the ball. He's able to avoid pressure. Parsons throwing to the end zone to nobody, and it was almost intercepted with 24.5 seconds remaining in this game on 3rd and 8. This is going to bring up 4th and 8, and it's going to be for the game.
Micah Scott had the opportunity at the 1-yard line, if he didn't dive so early, to get the game-winning interception. That was so close, and Parsons got he got a spotlight right there. His elusiveness tonight has just been incredible. He's been running around all over the place and making this defensive line so tired.
Well, erase all of that because it was a free play. There was offsides on the Sidewinders. So it's going to come back here, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 with 24.5 seconds remaining in this game. These Sidewinder fans are getting a little ticked off here with these calls, but when you're offsides, you're offsides. 3rd and 3 for the Pumas from the 20-yard line. Huge play in this game. Parsons takes the snap. It's a go route out to the outside. It's incomplete and pass interference again. Again.
Oh man, the defense just keeps shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties. It's getting they can't be doing this in these critical moments. A little less than 20 seconds ago, and you're giving the offense free yards to work with.
Nehemia Orumbai with another pass interference. The freshman out of Tolleson just cannot have it. It looked like it was you kind of could have just let them play there. They were kind of going at each other, but nonetheless, a penalty is called. That stops the timer, and 19 seconds left in this game. What did I say earlier when it was 3rd and 15 for the Pumas, right? The Sidewinders can't have a penalty here.
Nope.
You can't have it. Or it was 2nd and 15, excuse me.
Defense number 21. Half the distance. Spot of the foul. First down.
So it was pass interference on Orenby, and we have 1st and goal here for the Pumas with 19 seconds left in this game. Wow, this is coming right down to the end.
I really don't know what more to say except that these last 2 to 3 plays are going to come down to the wire again. A little less than 20 seconds to go. This is all you, Matthew.
Here we go. A big play here. 1st and goal, 19 seconds remaining. I would go with Earhart, number 7. 7 or 10, they pick. A huge moment in this game is a little calm before the storm. We're going to get a little downtime here as they got to move the hashes over. And
if you're the Pumas here, yes, the air game has been working, but now you want to get your 2 running backs, Jay Martin Jr. and Jeremiah Huckabee, involved.
Well, we're not going to see them involved yet because the Sidewinders are going to call their first time out of the half. Hadn't used any yet. And, whew, let's take a breath.
Jeez, we're going to have to take multiple breaths. My goodness.
What a game this has been tonight. Flags regardless, it's been a fun one.
Yeah, this game has just been all over the place. It started off so sloppy and with all the flags and the bickering and the emotions running high. Then the 3rd quarter was fast and quick and all Pumas football. And now the 4th quarter has been a very well balanced overall. It's been a combination of all the first 3 quarters and 1.
So, talking it over, will this Sidewinder defense come up with the stop of the year for them, or will this be a touchdown to win the game for the Pumas? We will see here just in a matter of seconds. Big-time players make big-time plays, that's right. And for the Pumas, who's been their big guys tonight? It's been Huckabee. It's been Parsons. It's been Cook. It's been Christner. They got so many guys that can make a play. Let's see what they go to here. So it will be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
They've got running back Marlon Robinson out there lining up as the tailback. It's interesting. We've hardly seen him used tonight.
Huckleberry is still back there behind Parsons, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's lined up at tight end.
He lined up at tight end. The handoff is to Huckabee, and he's stuffed. He's stuffed, gain of none. And the Pumas will have to call their last timeout here with 12, just under 13 seconds left.
Defense wins games, man. I tell you, anytime they're put in such a bad spot, no matter the defense, they're in a situation where they can shut down the offense and win the game. They get an energy unlike anyone else. So that was a great stop there near the goal line, and here we go on 2nd down after the timeout. I don't know what they're going to try and call here.
This now brings up a 2nd and goal I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, so still from the 2. I mean, they stood Huckabee up there. He has not had a lot of running room here in this 2nd half, especially in this 4th quarter.
No, he really hasn't.
12.9 seconds to be exact left in this game. As 2nd and goal here from the 2. Surprise still, they're lining up in shotgun here with Fred Parsons. Nonetheless, he snaps it and he's going to look to throw. Parsons to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. And guess who it is? Once again, it's Cameron Cook. What a night. And the Pumas have taken a 2-point lead with 8 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's got to sting for the Sidewinders, but what a freaking play call by the Pumas there to take the lead with 8.8 seconds to go. He has been the star of the night in their receiving game. Oh man, this game has just been incredible. And the Pumas to come back, lose the lead, and come back and take it back again. It's just been an extreme roller coaster so far.
Definitely some penalties on that drive from the Sidewinders. They're just going to be kicking themselves, man.
Oh, yeah.
They had so many chances on 3rd and long, 2nd long to get off the field. As the extra point is up, and it is good to make this a 3-point game, 26-23. So the Sidewinders with two timeouts, have 8.8 seconds to work with here. I mean, what do you really have time for one play?
Yeah.
I mean, and if you're the Pumas here, do you even kick to them?
Well, if you're the Pumas, I mean, obviously you probably should kick it to them, but if you're going to, honestly, it's scary to run any kind of squib kick because all they need to do is get in field goal range to potentially tie the game. So kick it as hard as you can, get it to the back of the end zone, unless if you have an extremely perfect kick and nail it at like the 5 or 10 or 5 yard line and hope for the best. But I would say here they kick it hard, have a touchback, and the Hail Mary comes on.
All right, so this is an all-important kick here from the Pumas and Colton Reyes, who is going to get ready to kick, who has also had a really good night. After the first blocked extra point, has been able to make his last 2. For the Pumas, let's see what they do here. Do they even attempt to kick it? You can't really kick it out of bounds, but Reyes is going to, it's a little squibber.
Wow.
They're going to let him return it, and they're going to go down immediately. No time went off the clock as flags have now come down. Flags are on the field.
Oh, no.
The Sidewinders with the penalties. After the play, you can't have it.
Oh, that is just so,
That's so bad. You cannot have it at this time in the game.
No, because you were just given, you got put at the 42-yard line. Here's the penalty.
15-yard penalty, first down.
So it's unsportsmanlike conduct, a 15-yard penalty on the Sidewinders when with 8 seconds left, a 15-yard throw puts them in field goal range. Now the 15-yard penalty, it's Hail Mary in lateral time now.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a couple shots to the sidelines potentially, but
set up better Hail Mary range.
Yeah, but even then, it's just that penalty completely ruined the opportunity that was given to them.
Some Sidewinder fans really pissed off here. Sorry for my language. Very mad here. Starting to make their way for the exits. Others standing up, just confused in general as the Sidewinders will take over here from the 27, 28-yard line. So give or take to get in field goal range with 8.8 seconds remaining. They need at least 40 yards.
Right.
In 8 seconds, not possible, really. So it's going to have to just be one play here.
Well, they've got 4 guys. They have 4 guys deep.
5 wide in general. Here we go. Here's the snap. Darling across the middle. I would just go down and call a timeout. He's trying to get out of bounds, and he's wrestled out of bounds with 0.9 seconds left.
Oh, I don't know about that call there because he got tackled and he landed on the grass, but the refs are going to rule him inbounds. And
it's a flag on the, or what was the call? Is it a flag on the Sidewinders, or did they call a timeout?
It looked like there was a flag on the play there.
These fans are pissed. Sorry, these fans are mad tonight.
Yeah, they are very upset tonight, and I don't blame you though because we've heard all the words and some new words made up too, but I don't like that call there because now there was a flag on the play that had to be discussed, and the Sidewinder offensive player got tackled in bounds, but the clock stopped. We have 0.9 seconds to go.
I'm a little confused if it's a flag. Wouldn't it be a 10-second runoff? But nonetheless, I get another play. This is a Hail Mary from Darling. He's letting the receivers get down the field. He's going to chuck it in the air into a group of guys, and it's picked off. It's picked off, and the Papago Pumas keep the undefeated season going. They defeat the Sonoran Sidewinders in one of the games of the year.
That was intercepted by number 4, Cameron Cook. How about that?
Of course it was.
That's just been the kind of night that he's been having. And what a way to end it, man. This was an incredible game.
I just saw a football thrown on the field, and I thought it was a flag.
Oh my
It's been that
gosh.
type, and I'm going to have PTSD from this. And the refs making their way off the field. Sidewinder fans very upset.
Well, either way, I'd say that even though it was a very messy game from both teams, overall, there's a lot of things to clean up, of course. It was still an epic game. It was an epic game, back and forth. You couldn't have asked for a better matchup between two undefeated squads.
No, you couldn't have. And a great game like that has to come down like that. I mean, it was not going to be any other way with how it was played. Very chippy between both teams. It was physical. It was fun. And that'll wrap it up from us at the Varsity Sports Show. I am Matthew McCord, here with my partner Ethan Choll. It was a fantastic game. Catch us next weekend for more high school football, more JUCO football, and even GCU soccer. That's right, next Saturday. We'll see you guys here soon, Varsity Sports Show.
Good night, everyone.